All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Peter should be joining us shortly here, but in the meantime, let's get started and take a look at our gappers list as we get ready for what should be an eventful and exciting day, right? A lot going on here. Fed day today, big earnings coming up tonight. I mean, just a whole bunch of things line up. Trump making some deals out in Asia. I think he got a couple of deals done in South Korea, and we're waiting for the big one. Waiting for Xi Jinping, I think is the whole name there. But once that conversation is done, we hopefully should see some fireworks. All right, Peter, good morning. How are you, my friend?
Hey, good morning. Sorry about that. I'm sorry about that.
No worries, man. No worries.
I screwed up my spreadsheet. I had to go fix it. I was like all panicky.
No, all good, all good.
Anyways.
But yeah, so we're just kind of looking at quick look at our gappers list. We got a couple of stuff on here in the green. This market continues to be extremely bullish, and yeah, things are looking good. Peter, let's get to our U.S. economic calendar, and then we'll come back to this list.
Yeah, well, I was going to say it's a big day today because, well, it's a big day for me. I've got a big presentation this afternoon. But I'm not the only one with a big presentation this afternoon. Jerome Powell's got one where he's going to be hosting a press conference to announce the rate change. Everybody is expecting that there's going to be a quarter-point rate cut. If he does not deliver on that, all hell's going to break loose. So we'll see what happens. The expectation, nobody expects anything different. But hey, you never know. Stranger things have happened. We'll see. Before that, though, we do have, I've got to go check here to see if we actually got the retail inventory data. A little confusing as to nowadays, right, as to whether we're going to see this data or not. Some of it comes from private sources. A lot of it comes from the U.S. Census Bureau. And it's tough to know what data we're actually going to get because I actually had an estimate. It doesn't look like we got the retail inventory information, which I'm not surprised because that and the wholesale data both come from the U.S. Census Bureau. So wasn't really expecting that. At 10, the pending home sales should come out because that does come from a private organization. So we might get that. I don't know. Anyways, either way, it doesn't matter. Everybody's waiting for 2 o'clock to see what the rate number comes out at. If it comes out as expected, then, it should be okay. But you really need to know that. If you're trading this afternoon, get ready. It's usually a lot of fun. We usually get market movement that you can take advantage of. So it just depends on what that rate is, right? So you got to pay close attention whether you're in a trade or thinking you're going to take advantage of it. That's the big one for today. But it's not the only thing with news, because I don't know what you were talking about, but we're also, oh my God, look at this. We also have our good friend, Nvidia. Is Nvidia on our gappers list? It's got to be on our gappers list, right?
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, it's gonna be for sure.
Got to be, man.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
the biggest gapper the world has ever seen.
Yeah. I think people are looking so much for this AI bubble. It's not coming, friends. This AI bubble is not coming. This is real. And I think the bubble's on gold. They were talking about that today this morning. Like everybody's looking for AI to explode, and gold is exploding, right? In the wrong way. Yeah. So it's don't look here for a bubble. Not yet. Nowhere in sight.
We went and calculated this yesterday, and based on this price, we had calculated about $205.30 was the magic price for Nvidia to be over $5 trillion in valuation, and it looks like that they have exceeded that. So, woo! Way to go.
Just
well done.
Crazy.
It's crazy. Can it hold it? I guess we're going to find out. It'll be
Yeah.
interesting.
I think it is, man. I am so bullish on this thing because everybody wants it to come down, and when everybody wants it to come down, you're wrong. It's gonna keep going up,
Yep.
right? So once the masses start thinking differently, then that's when it's over. Right now, this thing is too many people waiting
Well,
for it to crash or a bubble. It's not happening.
yeah.
When everybody's waiting for it, it's just not happening. And gold, Mike, I might be incorrect. It might come back, but not looking good right now at the moment.
Well,
So we'll see.
gold's been up so far that, this pullback, frankly, is not, it's nothing to really panic about. Like,
No,
it
no, no,
hit
of course not.
400. It was a giant magic number, right? So
Yeah,
eventually, the enthusiasm had to wane a little bit, you'd think. But like you said, it doesn't always play out that way. Nvidia hasn't yet seen the top. Well, that's not true. We saw a top a little bit earlier, right? Back in the late summer. And then it looked like, oh, maybe Nvidia's over again, but it just took a breather and off it went again. So yeah, maybe
yeah.
gold's got another play in it. Who knows?
I doubt it, but we'll see. And again, good thing is that as traders, we don't care. Investors, you should be concerned, but as traders, we could care less. We're going to enjoy the ride up or down. It's fun for us. It creates volatility, and man, Nvidia is doing that for us today. What a great ticker. Speaking of it, since we spoke about it so much already, let's add it right to the primary list. There is Nvidia, my friends, on the list, starting off our gappers list this morning. Let's take a look what's gapping up today. We'll look at a couple here. And again, it's just, I'm going with usual suspects today. Usual suspects are treating me very, very well. And I just don't know if I'm going to be messing around with some of these other tickers when AI and Tesla and Microsoft. I mean, what else do you want, guys? This stuff is just trading so well. I don't think you need to look too far. Today might be one of those days. But let's see if this gap list can surprise us here. Here's BE, which is Bloom Energy. We've seen plenty of times in the past. Doesn't trade very well. I'm not a fan of the way these energy companies usually trade. They're up 14.6, 685,000 shares traded. Peter, this one's been making a lot of noise, gapping up and moving higher on a consistent basis. Peter, you're on mute.
On mute. Sorry. They had earnings after the close yesterday and had a really big beat. They beat their numbers in quarter, which was Q3 that they just reported, and they raised their guidance for the balance of the year. So, all good news. They talked about AI. They unveiled a $5 billion AI infrastructure partnership, if you remember, the other day with Brookfield Asset Management. So everybody's partnering with everybody else to deliver AI. We're still not sure exactly how this is all being paid for and how, it's going to actually gain them more money. But this sort of, you know what, it's starting to feel like, Carlos. I mean, maybe I'm late on this feeling, but remember when we had it felt like the whole internet thing. Now, I know I'm dating myself here, but there was a time when, like, if you wanted to advertise your business, you maybe went into the yellow pages, you put signs in front of your store, you whatever, right? Like that was how you advertised. And then suddenly you had to get online, and nobody knew how to manage IT. The websites were crap, but if you didn't do it, you were going to be left behind. And because I was in retail at that time, sort of, and we were talking about, do we really need to do this? Is it driving value? It's just yet another source of cost that we have to add to our business to try and maintain, to add on top of the existing businesses and services that we've got. I feel like AI is in that space where a lot of people could, do I need to do this? Like, really, do I have to? But it feels like if you're not in AI, you're going to fall behind. And the reality is that AI, like your online services, often took over for other forms of advertising and sales opportunities. If you're not leveraging AI, it's going to be hard to compete and even keep up. So, it's just everybody's got to do it. So, stop complaining about it. Figure it out. Feels like, because right now it's probably an additional cost to almost every company. They're adding in AI, then they'll figure out later how to use it. Again, just like when you originally had to put your website in place and be on the interweb. It's a fad. It's never going to last. But anyways, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see, man. It's up here. Um, I wish we could trace some of these tickers, man. They're moving well. It's just their intraday action could be so bad at times, right? So it's unfortunate. I mean, if you look at
It is
this one,
unfortunate.
even yesterday, like a lot of the moves are happening after hours, right? Maybe because the news kicked in then, or whatever. But look at the market open. Just there's nothing. This almost looks like the pre-market and post-hour session, and then this looks like the market open, right? So it's just during the day that they just trade so bad. But sorry, so we'll keep them off the list here. Let's take a look at one that's moving its way up here. Wisekey. That's a disappointment. I thought it was going to be Wisekey, but it's Wisekey, which is a little bit different than what I was thinking of. 15.8 is the gap up this morning, which looks, this is so garbage truck. 167,000 shares traded. I mean, I just don't see where the action is here today, Peter.
Yeah, they announced a partnership with a company called InnoSpace to launch. I have to read the details here. The headline is to launch post-quantum secure satellites. What does that mean? I thought we were pre-quantum. What's post-quantum satellite launches? That sounds cool. Don't know what that means. Anyways, oh, look at this. It marks a significant milestone in advancing the efficient satellite deployment leveraging South Korea's rapidly growing space ecosystem. Didn't even know they had a space ecosystem. But anyways, all right. So they're launching satellites. Doesn't mean it's tradable. And it doesn't stand for whiskey. So I'm out.
For those reasons, I'm out. You sound like one of the Shark Tank
Yeah. Yeah,
people.
exactly.
For those reasons, I'm out. All right. Let's see here. Let's
Shark
continue.
Tank's the American one, right? Yes.
Do
Okay.
you have a Canadian one?
Yeah, called
There
Dragon's
is?
Den.
Okay.
It's the exact same thing, but it's called Dragon's Den. It's the exact same
Oh,
show.
Dragon's Den. I never heard of it. All right, I'll
Yeah.
have to look that up. All right, interesting. All right, let's continue here. TER. So TER is the next one on deck this morning. We'll do a few more, and then we'll hop around to see if there's anything else down there, like Nvidia, MU. Check those out, and if there's anything else that we can look at this morning. TER is up 12% today. 310,000 shares traded. Had a big pop yesterday, last night after hours. Look at this pop here. And then today kind of losing some of those gains into this pre-market session. So as high as 178 in the pre-market, as low as 157. Now we're hanging out at 162. So Peter, some very big moves here on this Teradyne. I don't know what this company does, but they're moving
they're
today.
a the semiconductor equipment and services company. But every time I hear the name, I shudder a little bit. I have to admit, too much influence, I think, from it's just too close to Terminator stuff. Anyways, Teradyne. Teradyne Corp. I mean, how do you gotta have guts to name your company Teradyne, I think, and not get blown up.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. What was the actual name of the company? No, I can't remember because now I've got Teradyne in my head.
No, now you threw me off too. I hate that.
Cyberdyne. There you go. Cyberdyne Corporation. See, I knew it was close there. Yeah, it's too close. Anyways, yeah, they reported earnings, talked all about AI. That's why it's up. It's not tradable.
Yeah, it doesn't look great. So we'll skip on that one. All right, let's go to KYTX this morning. KYTX, and what is this? This is Kyverna Therapeutics, and they're moving today up 10%. And it was up as high as 978, back down to 839. So we've been getting a lot of movement in the pre-market today. Float on this one is 22 million, so a little bit on the lower side. Daily has been, for low flow, daily has been pretty active and doing well. It's been holding some of these gains. It's been getting last big day that it had looks like was October 8th, 6.6 million, and it shot up pretty nice here. Dabbled around a little bit, shot up again on the 24th, and today, Peter, we're getting more action. So it seems like something is working good for them, and they're holding these gains. Not saying today they're going to hold the gains as well, but they're trading not bad for a low flow. Usually you expect this, right? You expect down, 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 one spike up, and then down, 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 spike up, and then down, 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 down. This is doing quite the opposite.
Yeah. This is a biotech company, and it's an important product for them because their product that they're testing. This is a positive phase 2 trial, and their product is called KYV101. Like this is it, man. Their whole company is based on this product, so it better do well. When it's 101, it's like they're sort of their first thing. Anyways, but they're doing this study on. Oh my God, I'm going to try and say it. Generalized myasthenia gravis at AANEM 2025. I don't know what any of that means. Anyways, whatever it is, it's going very well. 100% of patients showed positive response, and they're very excited to go into phase 3 trials. So, good news for the company. Tradable? I don't know. I mean, what's the float on this bad boy? 21 million. So yeah, got to treat it like a low float. It's yeah, only 400,000 shares this morning. Nope, pass for me. Thank you.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. We'll leave it right there. Next, oh, look at this. Lucid. So fun. Lucid. We used to have a lot of fun with Lucid, Neo, all these EVs, and they're really in play. Has not been the case lately, but Lucid, it's moved better than Neo. Neo's been, is it still under like $5? Oh, no, it's not. It's alive. So it did finally break out. I was stuck like under $5 for a long, long time. But look, the last couple of months, we have broken out of this lower price area. Volume has improved quite a bit. Oh, Neo's trying to get back in play, guys. Let's see if it can continue to do that. Not today, but it's definitely looking much, much better on the daily. And what we loved about the stock when it was trading around $20 is, man, the amount of volume that it got. It was so good. Lucid was not a far second here when it came to that type of IV. Taking Tesla out of the way, obviously. Up 6% today, 1.5 million shares traded. So they're doing something good this morning, and their charts is reacting. It looks like 8 a.m. something came out that's helping them move higher today.
Well, they leveraged the name of the number 2 company to partner with right now. Used to be number 1. Now it's number 2. Maybe it'll be number 1 again, being that they're number 1 in the world. Anyways, they're partnering with Nvidia to deliver the industry's first level 4 autonomous EV. So, and implement AI-driven manufacturing using Nvidia platforms. So, Lucid, I mean, I gotta feel like every EV company is using chips from one of the major manufacturers, right? Like
Right.
either in the development, within the robotics, within the car themselves. So I'm not sure how much of a partnership it really is with Nvidia. You never know, right? I mean, just because they're partnering. I mean, this is Lucid saying they're partnering, not Nvidia saying that they're partnering. So again, partnering could just mean that they made a big purchase of chips. Anyways, whatever. Um, uh, when you read the details, I love like the headline says that they are going to deliver level 4 autonomy, which I don't actually know what the levels are. I assume that means no intervention at all and it does it all on its own. However, when you read the details, they're going to pursue level 4 capability by adopting NVIDIA's multi-sensor setup, combining cameras, radar, and LiDAR onto their mid-size SUV models. Oh, look at this with 2 Drive AGX Thor units. Thor, you lent your name to this. Anyways, look, it's just an evolution of what they're doing. I don't see this act. Seems odd. Sounds cool. Not really revolutionary. It's what every one of the EV car companies is doing. So off you go, Lucid. Continue the good work.
Yeah, yeah. Nice to see here.
I just
And yeah.
I do want to see full autonomy of cars. I mean, I just need it probably in about within the next 20 years, Carlos. I figure for me, that's
Mm-hmm.
the key thing. I need it to be at a point at which when I get to the decrepit age where they're no longer going to allow me to drive on my own, that's when I need the car to be able to drive me places. So I can just
Oh
jump
yeah.
in and say, to the store or
To
whatever.
the liquor store.
Do wherever, yeah,
Yeah, wherever you want to go.
whatever
Um,
store it is.
Whatever
but
store it is, yeah. But
or take me somewhere fun, whatever. But
yeah.
in about 2 years, I mean, I'm hoping I have 20 to 30 years before that becomes a reality for me. But why not? It's good to have it there in advance, just in case.
Oh yeah, man. I'm telling you, I wish this would have been out fully when I was commuting 45 minutes a day. It would have been awesome. And then when you were in the workforce, it's
You
got
know,
to be great to be in the
oh
workforce because
yeah.
it just expands. Like you wouldn't take a job if you have to travel an hour and a half, right? A good paying
Well,
job, you wouldn't take that job. But
so
if the car drives
my
itself and you can
my
read and you
cousin
can do
Brent,
this, mm-hmm.
I got to tell you, my cousin Brent, worked for an investment bank. He was one of those Wall Street guys, and he was living in, I don't know where, like rural Jersey somewhere. Like,
Yeah,
so it was an hour and a half drive into the city every day, and
it's
they sent
crazy.
a car. They sent the
Yeah,
Lincoln for him every day, and that was his life. The driver came and picked him up at 4 a.m. Private drive into the city. He worked his 14, 16 hours. They drove him home. So he
yeah.
got to do work in the car. So yeah, it was he second best thing I guess is basically have a chauffeur. So
Yeah, yeah,
that
of
was
course. It's no, it changes things because one of the things that, like, I was looking in San Diego, right? San Diego. I was talking to someone that lives there, and they said the problem with San Diego is that it's so expensive because the people that work here can live here, and the people that work here, that make the money here, that are own houses here, usually don't work around here. So you got people commuting in both directions, creating this massive amount of traffic. So if you got a car that can drive itself, it takes that load off, man. Driving is tiring. Commuting driving is very tiring. I did it for a lot of years, and I was just like, man, when I stopped, it was life changing for sure. So, all right, let's take a look here, guys. What do we have? Peter, let's go to you. I mean, we looked at Lucid, we looked at all these other tickers in the front. A lot of them don't really look great as far as day trading. This morning, there are some good ones down here. I would like, for example, Nvidia we have on deck already. MU you mentioned briefly, Peter. Let's take a quick look at that one now. That one has also been rocking. Look at this thing go, man. Up 3%, 625,000 shares traded. We have not looked at it though as far as intraday trade. So how has that been? Let's take a quick look here. It has not been great actually. It's not. Look at
no.
this. Yeah, it's
Micron
been
isn't
pretty
even
bad
trading.
in the
Yeah.
intraday. All right. So again, daily's beautiful, but that's about it. All right. Anything else you like, Peter, of this gappers list?
Well, I mean, the whole semiconductor sector is being lifted by Nvidia generally. There's some positive reports of the expectations of AI chips and memory chips that Micron actually specializes in, and some others. So again, upbeat reportings. As we have earnings, of course, everybody wants to talk about AI. It just reinforces how that sector's become central, it seems, to the growth plans of every company and every market segment. Like I said, it's like that, the internet days, it feels like, where everybody's got to do it. So, that just continues to float higher and higher, these silicon boats, the chip sector. So watch those. I mean, we got to watch Nvidia today. Again, 205 is that magic number, roughly 205.30. Again, is 205.33 was exactly what I calculated, but again, it's only a rough guesstimate. But the point is that we're $3 above that right now, and I think Nvidia's, it's going to have motion today, so we got to watch it. You can watch the chip sector. On the earnings front, we did have a few other earnings. You mentioned Bloom Energy. From a gap up perspective, Verizon had earnings this morning. VZ, third quarter earnings. They sort of had a mixed picture. They missed on revenue, but beat on bottom line. They actually said that they lost subscribers, so I'm a little surprised that they're gapping up here this morning. Their CEO did confirm that they are going to hold onto their guidance, so that would indicate that there's a better Q4 coming, but the news doesn't sound good enough for it to gap up, but it is green. CVS Health Group, as they like to call themselves these days, is had earnings this morning, and they're gapping up. They beat their numbers while absorbing a pretty big restructuring charge for some of their clinic business. They booked like a $6 billion charge for that they had to absorb, but still managed to beat their numbers. So that's um, that's I guess pretty good actually. It shows that there's some overall health in their business right there. And the other one that I was going to mention was Caterpillar, not one we normally look at. Um, CVS, by the way, can sometimes actually trade well if you're interested in it. I might keep an eye on it. We'll see what else comes up. But Caterpillar also had earnings this morning. They actually had a record quarter, delivering 17.6 billion, which surprised me. I thought maybe it would be down. We're hearing a lot about the struggles in the U.S. farming sector, and maybe it's just the soybean crops that have been hit, like just just pummeled here by federal policies anyways that have taken away a big part of their market share. So it looks like other part of the sector is doing well because Caterpillar has record sales. But I mean, that's also construction, of course, as we know, right? Big cranes, digging equipment, stuff like that. But anyways, they did very well in quarter. So um, yeah, those are the ones, Carlos. There's a bunch of other earnings. Like we're into the thick of earnings season. As we know tonight, by the way, guys, speaking of earnings, if you go to tradingterminal.com, you can check out the calendar and see what's coming up. Tonight I mean, not only do we have a big day with earnings, but we got a big evening coming with Meta, Microsoft, Google or Alphabet all reporting. And of course, good fun with Chipotle and Carvana, ServiceNow. Like there's a whole ton of them that are reporting tonight that could give some great trading opportunity if you like to trade after hours. So check it out, Carlos. I know you're going live with Jared, I think, and maybe Mike. Who's your second?
Yes, this afternoon.
All
I
right.
don't know, but I'll be there. I know Jared will be
Okay.
there, and I think you're
Well,
not
that's
available
good.
this afternoon.
No, I'm sorry. I can't. I'm actually will be delivering a live presentation at one of my charities, as because we
Yeah,
have a big launch event happening this afternoon. So I'll
nice,
have to
man.
leave you to
Nice.
it. I'm actually a little frustrated by that because this is a big day. Like I'm gonna miss earnings. I'm gonna miss the rate announcement, and both are good trading opportunities. So I'm gonna have to rely
Yeah,
on you guys to do something fun for me,
yeah,
make
yeah.
some
It's a
money.
big day for sure. Um, all right, friends. So that's kind of what you have there. Peter, anything else as
Speaking
far
of
as
big
gap
days.
up?
Speaking of big days,
Yeah.
anybody a baseball fan? There's got to be some baseball fans out there. Just to
Oh,
digress
it's
for a
plenty.
second, I am not a baseball fan, but you got to admit this World Series is giving you everything you want,
Oh
right?
yeah,
Like it's tied 2-2. I don't care who you're cheering for. Great games, some awesome baseball. Second longest game in history happened on the last game.
yeah.
The
Didn't
one that
and
threw
who had the
everything
first?
away.
I think Padres had the first one too. I think they're part of
Yeah,
the
it wasn't much
Dodgers, right?
longer. It was 19 innings versus the 18. Like
Yeah, very
it was
close.
very
Yeah,
close. And this was an amazing stat when the Jays won the first game that they won, which is what the second game of the series, I guess.
yeah.
They uh they scored the first ever recorded Grand Slam home run by I think it was by a pinch hitter in the World Series. It was just one of those where I'm like they were calling it the first ever Grand Slam home run in a World Series. I'm like that can't be right. There had to have been at
No,
least one in the past,
yeah.
but apparently it was the first by a I think a pinch hitter. But anyways, still like it's just anyways, it's exciting.
It really is. You're loving this. The National Baseball League is loving it as well. I mean, it's just good all around. So awesome.
Yeah.
Um, all right, guys. I'm not coming off a lot from this gappers list, guys. Not pulling off a lot here. I do have Nvidia, SMCI. Let's take a look at that one because I know you guys like it and tend to throw it out here. Yesterday did move a little bit, so you had some action there. Right now, pre-market, I'm not seeing a whole lot. We have 400,000 shares traded. We're up 2.4. So not a whole lot of activity, but it looks like their pre-market action typically pretty quiet. Here's yesterday's pre-market action. It seems like they did finally get their act together, broke out pretty nicely here, and had a nice sell-off towards the later parts of the session. But again, right now it's just not giving you a whole lot. But if you like it, if you have success with it, I would definitely I'll put it on there to see what happens once that bell rings. Baba is on deck as well. Again, Baba, I keep adding it to my secondary list, but nothing really happened, right? Like it's intraday, it gaps up during the pre-market, after hours. Intraday has not been that great, and you could tell here by how small the days are, right? So you're getting the big move outside of trading hours, and during trading hours, you're not getting a whole lot of movement. So that's not fun. So yeah, we'll keep it off for now. And yeah, let's go down to a gap down. Let's start there. See what's gapping down this morning. I might fill up this list with more of our usual suspects today. So we'll see in just a second here. LRN down 44%. Someone is getting fired here. Period. This is Stride Inc. And yeah, just a massive blow last night here as they're dropping 44% and looking to go even further down in this pre-market session. So, Peter, what happened? Who messed up here? Who's got to get fired?
Well, probably somebody in the IT department's going to take the blame, it sounds like. This is an education and training services company, Stride, like you said. And they, despite having decent earnings, they did not enroll as many students as expected. They enrolled 247,700 students, which is up from the previous year, but Wall Street was expecting 249,000 students. And apparently people don't like their tech upgrades. So I don't know what these upgrades were. I was trying to get the details on this while we were talking here, but it seems that whatever they've done, people are like not loving it. So it's resulted in a very poor customer experience and some higher withdrawal rates and lower conversion rates than expected. So whatever that means, I don't even know what these guys teach. But they anybody used a Stride teaching platform? I'd be curious to like what do they
Well,
do?
what is it? I'm looking up right
Well,
now.
what do they teach?
Stride
I really don't
Learning.
know.
Looks like got some
Let's see.
college kids here. What are they teaching here?
That doesn't stop
K
it after
12.
high
So
school.
high school. Okay, what
No,
is?
lifelong learning, K-12
Hmm,
tutoring.
okay.
I think it's high school tutoring, I assume. It looks like. Probably
Yeah.
it's like university prep stuff, it looks like, maybe. Anyways, whatever it is, they're not doing as well as expected. So that's why they're at the top of the gap down list. Never a place you want to be.
Yeah, their website needs help. This is 219.90, man. I gotta come in here and right away know what the hell you do. I gotta read.
Yeah.
I don't want to read. People don't want to read. If I have to read this to find out what you do, you're in trouble. Your marketing team is not getting the job done. I gotta go in and see.
Yeah.
Help your kid pass the what is it? The high school SAT test. Boom, done. You're gonna make me read
Yeah.
this? No, 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 no.
Yeah.
Short
They
this
seem to be
thing.
focused on K-12 learners, they call them. Is that a US term? What's a K-12 learner? Is this grade 12? I assume it's university prep. What's
Yeah,
K-12?
it's a US term. Yeah, yeah.
Because
So
like when I hear K-12, I think of like kindergarten, but that's not what
well,
they're
it's
talking about.
kindergarten through
Oh,
12.
I see.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like starting. Yeah. So,
Oh, I
but
see.
yeah, yeah.
So, all right. Well, the last thing you want, maybe there's some work they need to do there because the last thing you want if you're a high school student, you want to be grouped with kindergartners. Anyways, all right.
Yeah, yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah, interesting, interesting. All right, so obviously something not going well for them there. Let's take a look at the next one. Is this is FI? No, wow, another one down 40%, and this one just took place a couple of minutes ago. Look at the drop here from 129.25 down to 76. Wow, that is that is rough. You're waking up this morning, you own any piece of the stock, and you're not happy today. So,
Yeah.
Peter obviously just got going this morning. Is it earnings? I mean, it's something big here, clearly.
Can you ask your question?
Who is getting fired?
Well, the CFO got fired. So There you go.
Oh, for
So
real?
yeah, yeah,
Oh, there we
they
go.
found their scapegoat. They named a new CFO on the back of these earnings. Very disappointing earnings that they had this morning. They missed top and bottom line, and the CFO. I again, was it the CFO's fault? I have no idea. But they named a new interim CFO, and as they're saying, they delivered results that are difficult to comprehend. So when analysts say it's difficult to comprehend, they're pissed. So yeah, they're
Yeah,
getting
it's not
pummeled
good.
as a result. Will it be tradable? I mean, I'd love if this thing was tradable. This is the type of news that it can often be tradable. Great
Yeah,
volume, 5.6 million shares traded, down 39%. I normally would not put this on. It's a NYSE stock too. 5.6 million on a New York Stock Exchange stock. People are angry.
people are mad.
So
And the
yeah, this
float
might
on
be worth
this
watching.
is 539 millions to flow. I mean, this is not your it's not your little ticker you can move around here. So this is bad. Yeah, I'm gonna have this on my list, Peter. This
Yeah,
this looks good. This looks really good. So FI,
it
what's
does.
going on here, guys? I mean, wow,
I
wow,
mean, it
that
looks
is
really bad, but good.
it's good for us trading, right? But this looks really bad,
Yeah.
100%. All right, let's continue, friends. TradingTerminal.com gives you all the tools you need, guys, to get prepared, start trading, learn to trade, all the tools to keep you focused. Here's the gappers list brought to you by TradingTerminal.com. You can always head there and check things out. VRNS is next. VRNS. Let's see what we got here. Veronis Systems. This is not looking too good. I mean, as far as day trading goes, down 31%. Another one down big, but the volume is just not there. Only 354,000 shares traded. It looks like it happened last night after hours. Got the big drop, but again, not a whole lot of activity for this pre-market session.
Yeah, and they're doing some damage control. This is earnings, missed their numbers, really bad quarter. They did try and announce a stock repurchase program very quickly after the stock dropped. So they're saying, "Oh, good! Look, the price is down. We can buy back more of our stock." Usually, that's it's a measure to try and demonstrate support of the stock and prop it up. Look, the same sort of news we just saw with FI, just not quite as good in terms of the volume and movement here. So yeah, nothing
Yeah,
nothing nothing too much to see here.
nice to see here. This one I want to get to here. We'll just skip right to it. ENPH. I know this can trade very well, and then we have some other ones on here like
Mhm.
Roblox. So let's jump to those, Peter, and then I'll let you tell me if you have anything you like here. So here's Etsy. Etsy's down at 9.2, 865,000 shares traded. I'm sorry. Well, actually, no, let's look at Etsy too. Etsy's a good one. I meant to look at ENPH, but Etsy's down here. Peter, they have earnings today or something. That's the only time they really move. Otherwise, we don't see
You
these
know,
guys.
it is the only time we move. I think of our good buddy Norm. Hope you're doing well out there, Norm, if you're
Yeah,
listening. Norm sometimes listens in. You never know. But I think of Norm every time because he used to hate
he used
Etsy.
to
It
hate
was a
this
company
thing.
that annoyed him.
Oh God, yeah.
It just annoyed him. Like he didn't really care that much one way or the other, but it was just he found it annoying that all people selling all their crafts. I don't know why it did, but anyway, so I think of him every time I see its earnings.
Yeah.
They had sort of a mixed picture here on earnings. I mean, it wasn't really that bad. They actually beat their numbers, top and bottom line in the quarter. However, their sales are expected to decline as they go through the year, which means their guidance was not sort of where people expected it. So,
All right. There it is. And then another one, ENPH. Let's just go right to that one as well. So ENPH this morning. So last night we got a little bit of a drop here. Today we're down 11.7, 1.1 million shares traded. Daily looks pretty bad. I remember this thing trading much better than this, but the daily's not looking great here. And yeah, I just don't know if I want to watch this. But pre-market, we are getting action. Peter, is this going to mean anything for us? Should we have this on deck this morning?
well, it's another earnings play. It was one of the ones I was going to mention because they beat their numbers in quarter, but issued weak guidance for their next quarter, the Q4. So that implies that they think the business is going to take a downturn between now and the end of the year. And that was dropping the stock. Relatively good volume pre-market. I like to see over 1 million shares. Spottier than I would expect, though. Like it's it's coming in clumps of shares here rather than some consistent price action. So I'm very skeptical as to whether this is going to give us some good trading activity. I like the movement. I like the news overall. I just don't like the way it's trading. So I'm not sure whether I'm going to put this on my list. Right now, it doesn't look great.
Yeah, yeah, I don't like it here. And then another one here is Roblox, which is kind of fell off the map. But actually, I don't know why this would have been on the list. It's not on the list. So it was there for like a second. That could have been just an error because I don't see enough volume or anything for this thing to be on here. So disregard. We'll
No.
leave that alone. All right, Peter, we'll go to you, man. Gap down, not much, not giving us a whole lot. Anything you like out of this one besides FI, which looks great today?
We pretty much covered everything that I wanted to talk about from a gap down perspective. I did notice that Google is gapping down just because it's the only of the Magnificent Seven that is gapping down at this time. Not by much, but it has consistently been moving lower this morning. Doesn't look like it's on any particular news, but other than FI, I think everything's to the upside. Really, our news is on the stuff that's gapping higher, including the semis that we talked about, Tesla, which is higher. Good moves on Tesla again yesterday, by the way. So if you're watching it, it was one of the stocks to trade, in my opinion, just because it had consistently good price action and movement yesterday. So we'll see this morning where things are going to go. Again, keep in mind, whatever you choose to trade this morning, we've got the open session, which will be the open as usual. But as we get closer to that afternoon, I expect things to quiet as we head towards 2 p.m. with the big rate announcement. So, keep your eyes on that. That Fed rate announcement always has market impact. Again, it's going to depend on what that announcement is. Again, if it comes out at 4% or a quarter point cut in the Fed rate from where we are now, then all should be good. The market will do a blip and probably move back to where it started from, and then we'll wait for the comments from the Fed chair when Powell hits the microphone. But at 2:30 was when that's scheduled for. But prior to that, it's just going to depend on well, again, if the rate's anything other than that, Carlos. I keep saying it, but we haven't, like, the Fed has delivered exactly what was expected for a while now, which means, I got to give them some credit. They've been doing a good job about avoiding drama, which, you know, they could have sought some drama, but I think honestly they're trying to stabilize the economy. And let's face it, when the market's doing what it's doing and the economy, despite all of the turmoil in the world, is sort of holding up. I mean, you don't want to be the one that accidentally puts a spanner in the works, so to speak. So
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
You don't
That's
want to
my
be that guy.
opinion. Murdoch is
Yeah.
disagreeing with me. He wants the Fed to die a horrible death, apparently. Well, all right. I think that might be a regretful decision should it happen. But in any event, what do I know? I'm just watching from the outside.
Yeah, yeah. It's a fugazi, my friends. It's all a fugazi, and we're just in it. We're just palms in this big picture that a lot of us don't understand, and probably not meant to. It's just crazy. So
You
who
know,
knows? Because people say that like,
it's
oh, let's end the Fed, but would it be better? Would it be worse? Like I don't think people really don't know, and they just don't want to admit it. Like we don't know.
no.
Like we don't know. This could have
The,
major uh, negative effects or major positive effects, and you just don't know. But you're willing to take the risk and find out. I don't know.
I I always think when we have these conversations, I always think I wish I could find this skit. There was a little skit I ran into, a bunch of guys, I think they were sitting around a campfire or something, and they were just having a conversation, and somebody's like, "Did you see the thing of Zuckerberg? Man, he was doing his stupid barbecue sauce grilling thing, and he's such a dweeb or whatever." And they said, "Yeah, did you see Elon? He was dancing on stage, and he looked like a moron." And then there's this other guy drinking a beer, and he just says, "This is fun. Let's keep making fun of people that are much richer and more successful than we are." And I think of that all the time. And I'm like, it's one thing for us to throw stones, but we don't run the world.
Yeah,
So
it's madness.
yeah.
Um, All right, friends, 9:15. My list pretty light, and Nvidia, FI, and CVS down there. We'll see something comes out of that. Obviously, Tesla's a good one. Tesla continues to make some really good trading opportunities, so I will add that to the list. So let me actually do that now. And you guys, what do you guys like this morning? Let's go to you guys. See what you guys like. We'll take a look, and then we'll go to our um our announcements for today. ASTS. Let's take a look.
What a
ASTS.
strange
Okay.
list you have, Carlos.
I'm sorry.
It's,
What?
your list just looks strange. It's unusual to have. You only had Nvidia, FI, and CVS. I'm like, I mean,
It's
those are the right things, but it's sort of
it's
weird.
very strange.
You
Yeah.
know what we didn't
Yeah.
talk about? I didn't cover Boeing. I'm surprised we skipped over Boeing. But talk about
Boeing had earnings
ASTS
already,
first.
or did they have
Yeah,
earnings
they
already
did.
today?
But
Okay.
let's go ASTS because I
Yeah.
like space mobile. Anyways.
Yes, yes. They're moving here, man. Something at 8:30 got them going. So they're up 7.6, 843,000 shares traded. Again, for me personally, they're not a great intraday trading ticket for me, but they got something going here. So I'll put them on a secondary. We can always come back since it just got going not so long ago. Let's see if this means anything, especially going into the market open. Let's talk about Boeing, friends, and see what's going on there. Boeing, not moving a whole lot. Pretty flat right now. Volume is higher, 917,000. If you know Boeing, they normally don't trade all that volume, but they got some good volume this morning, Peter, coming off of earnings.
Yeah, they had earnings and they delivered $23.3 billion in revenue. And they lost about $7.14 a share, or 7.47 depending where you look at, which is about twice what the forecast was. So Boeing, it doesn't seem to matter what the numbers are. Boeing's going to do what it's going to do. I've never figured out this stock because like when they had news, when they had planes that were like, losing doors and stuff, the stock would go up. And then there would be another news and it would make the stock go down. And I'm like, I don't even know if that would make the stock I don't know. The stock just this is one of those weird stocks that it doesn't seem to be, you can't tie what's happening to the news out there. So I know some people love to trade it. It drives me bonkers because I can never figure it out. It just does not make sense technically or from a news-driven entity. But anyways, it's in the news. They took almost a $5 billion charge on delays to their 777 Dreamliner series, and they are it's and the company's gapping up. So do what you will with it.
Yeah, it's one of those tickers. I like BA when it trades well. I have had success with it, but it doesn't trade well always. So maybe today could be their day. I'm gonna add it here on the secondary list next to CVS, and we'll see how it goes. I see a lot of you guys throwing out Amazon. Our good buddy Michael in chat, and also Gator Don. Let's take a look at Amazon here. Yeah, Amazon got going a few minutes ago here, up 1.4, 1.8 million shares traded. I've seen a lot of traders looking at Amazon lately, right? And here's the reason why. It's been trading pretty nice. There it goes yesterday. Had a beautiful breakout. Took a bit to actually get going here, but had a beautiful breakout into the mid parts of the day. And then the day before, not a whole lot, but it did have a nice gap up. But again, not as clean day trading action here. So I'll add it. I'll add it to my list. I'm not a big Amazon fan as far as trading it, of course, but maybe today could be their day. They got some action here in the pre-market. So, all right, friends, 9:20. Let's do this. Let's take a look at our Emmanuel Antonio Evangelista 3419 is in chat. Good morning to you. The longest ticker, the longest username in our chat. 35 characters, you said, Peter? That's just wild.
30, I think I counted, but
30? Yeah, there it is.
yeah.
All right. Today is beautiful Wednesday. Let's go there, see what's going on today, and then we'll get to our levels.
All right, it is Wednesday. We're mid-week here. I can't believe it already, which means that we focus on psychology, and this is probably the most important day of the week. It's on hump day for a reason. You really want to focus on your psychology all week, but we're very, very happy to have Dr. Vanessa Charlin, as always, with us on Wednesdays, where she not only does our YouTube segment, she goes into the chat room and into the webinar room, and gives a private session for all of our members. So I have huge, huge respect for Dr. Charlene. She knows her stuff. She's an active trader herself. She understands the psychological element of trading and how important it is to develop your skills and your strength in that space. That is what's going to serve you more than any technical analysis you can ever do. So listen to what she has to say. It's very valuable, and figure, you got to always watch what band tea she's got going on in any given day. So she's a rocker, and she knows her stuff. Gotta love it. All right, and then tonight we've got our own Mike. Mike's going to be talking about how to close the performance gap, aligning your strategy with your psychology. That's at 8 o'clock in the webinar room for all of our elite members. So those are our 2 sessions today. Again, Dr. Charlene, both on YouTube at 11, and then in for our members in the webinar room at noon, and then Mike tonight at 8 p.m. Hopefully you'll join us for those. As always, I just remind you, if you want to join and be a member in this chat room, it's part of the group, you just go to bearbulltraders.com. And look, we now have our Halloween. Are you serious? We have our Elite Trader Halloween sale. So this is a great deal, 50% off the Elite Annual. So this is 1 year access. If you go with that, you will get that for a discounted price. You might as well take it now. By the way, you never lose any time. So if you're already on a different membership cycle, you can take advantage of this rate right now, and it'll be added to the end of your time. So you'll get the full year no matter when your current subscription ends. So well worth doing if it's something that you're interested in. So go there, bearbulltraders.com. Take advantage of that.
Right. There we go, friends. Let's get some levels in place. We're 8 minutes to the market open this morning. We'll get some levels, let you know how people are watching, and get you ready for the market open. So here it is, friends. Let's start with, if I can find my watch list. There it is. Nvidia is first on deck. And again, wow, what a ticker. So Nvidia. This thing is just rocking. It's up 3.8, as you guys know the numbers here. 16 million shares traded, nearing 5 trillion, as Jared will say. 209. Sorry, what?
Just 5 trillion.
Yeah. What's the price that it has to hit to get that, Peter?
205.33. So we're well above it right now.
Oh, we're well above it. Okay. So we're there.
We're over 5 trillion. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Being part of history. Welcome, whoever this is. I can't tell your name, but DTGCIH. Welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck, my friend. These usernames are still messed up on YouTube, so we can't tell what people's names are. So, but welcome to you. 209.37 high of the pre-market, the low 205.30 on our 5 trillion company here. Towards the bottom on the daily, you have plenty of levels, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, and of course, all-time highs. Let me just keep rocking here. What a story on Nvidia here. FI is another one this morning that's going the opposite way, and man, they keep dropping. Another low, down 40%. I mean, how do we even do levels for this thing? There's nothing down here. I don't think they've ever been here before, have they? Way back when. Their daily gets a little bit messy, so I don't know. I'm gonna have it here. I'll mark the low of the pre-market now, 74.21. Why even bother? This thing just keeps dropping. There's no chill. 76.05 is an area where we had a little bit of support, so I'll mark that there. And you know what? I'm gonna do those a little bit later on this one, because it's just the floodgates are open and it doesn't stop bleeding. Somebody get this thing a Band-Aid. My goodness. It is out of control. All right, so we'll come back to that. Let's look at Tesla, see what's happening here. Tesla this morning, again, we're up high of the pre-market 465.80. So we'll slam a level there. And then towards the bottom, we do have a level 461.87. And we're just trying to get to some levels up here we had before. 470.55 is an area where Tesla will love to get to. But again, surrounded by the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days, this stock has been just on fire in the last couple of days. Not just that, trading very well out of the gates here. So the market open has been really nice and very clean on Tesla, and we love to see that happen this morning as well. And with that, last one but not least will be Amazon, which has a really good pre-market activity. Traded very well yesterday, hoping that can continue. 234 is the high of the pre-market. The low is just slightly below the previous day close at 228.74. Your previous day closed at 229.25. So once you zoom out a little bit more, you're surrounded by the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. Price action right now, if you look at it, it's right just below a nice daily level, which I'm going to mark down, is 222.38. You definitely want to have a level there. That seems to be an area where we've got a couple of days showing resistance and support, so we'll mark that there. And in case we do go higher, a good level 235.91 might actually be 236. But either way, put a level there. I think Amazon looks very good. Let's see if it can continue to trade very nice this morning. All right, Peter, let's see what our team is watching, and we'll go from there.
You bet. As always, I'll start with my live traders here. Good. Mr. Andrew, Dr. Aziz will be trading Nvidia, SMCI, AMD, QBTS, and Tesla. Brian also trading live this morning. We'll be watching Tesla, Nvidia, SMCI, AMD. Sound familiar? He's also added Etsy to his list. Well, all right. I like it. And of course, as always, he's going to be watching the market indices overall. Brendan's going to be watching Nvidia, AMD, Amazon, and Tesla. Megan's got PLTR and Tesla. Gary's got Tesla, SMCI, and MSTR. Why are people watching SMCI? Did I miss something on that? Doesn't seem like it's doing that much of interest.
Andrew says, Professor Dr. Aziz.
Professor Doctor. Yeah, that's right. That's true.
That's right.
That's right. We were supposed to call him Professor Doctor. I forgot about that. Yes. So Professor Doctor in the house. We've got Mike, who's going to be watching NVIDIA and the scanners. And of course, Thor is going to be taking a look at NVIDIA and Meta. So whatever you pick, guys, we've got lots of good trading ahead. Don't forget, big time today. What time do you got to keep your eye on? 2 o'clock, right? That's when the Fed rate announcement happens. And then 2:30 is when the press conference starts. So that's not going to affect our open trading, right? We can trade the open as we normally do. But this afternoon, things are probably going to go quiet in advance of that rate announcement. And then the fun will start right at 2 when the computers react. And then the press conference, of course, will depend on what comments and questions we get at that press conference. So just keep that in mind. Because that's sort of the big number today. And of course, again, I don't know we got a couple, I think, things that are moving well. So NVIDIA, I'm pretty excited about it up here. Don't know whether I'm excited for it to be long or short, but one way or the other. I think that there's going to be some trading, but who knows? When I usually get this excited, nothing happens. And if you want to watch the world burn, FI looks like it's your target for today. So
yeah, absolutely. All right, and just log it in, friends. Have a great trading day. We'll see you guys a little bit later.
Take care, everybody. Trade smart. Oh,
all right.
Let me get my headphones.
All right, Andrew logging in, saying good morning to the room. Brian ready to go. These guys are all fired up. If you want to see those guys trade live, take a look at the special Peter gave you. It's going to be that 50% off, so you can check that out. You can see Andrew and Brian trading live. Those guys they're awesome. They're really, really good. All right, let's get ready here. And we are good to go. So
is it too far, Carl? Like, I feel like FI might have already done too much.
I didn't expect this continued drop here.
Yeah.
It's out of control, man. Down 42.
People are angry.
I stopped doing levels. I'm like, I'm not even gonna do levels for this thing. It just keeps dropping. And the levels I have here, if I look at the weekly, we got a less than a minute here. It's like, I don't know what this is. Did we get like some kind of SPAC type deal? Did they, like there's nothing that here. I'm gonna consider this all-time low for my purposes, right? Because it's just very weird around this area.
We're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it's no man's land. I'm gonna consider this all-time low and just see what happens. I'm gonna take these levels off. Actually, it's just not making sense to have at the moment. My goodness. All right. Yeah, it's like a train wreck. You don't want to take your eyes off of it. So, like, what is happening? Here's a live view of their offices right now. This is the cafeteria of FI. So, it's wish those people all the best. All right. 7 seconds. Friends, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube so we get ready to go live here. Really appreciate it. We'd love to be at 400 if we can.
Yeah, here's the bell. Don't forget, FI is a NYSE stock, which means you got to wait for that volume to come in. So, all right,
SSR
let's
should be
see.
triggering pretty soon here on this thing, I
Yeah,
would think.
it
What
only
do we
starts
need?
counting. It only starts counting when it opens. So
Oh,
it's
it
got to
doesn't count.
move,
Yes, right. Doesn't count
right?
the
Because
pre-market
otherwise
drop.
it would just halt at the open, right?
Yeah, yeah, correct.
So Nvidia pulling back here a little bit, as you would expect. A lot of volume on
Oh, there it
Nvidia.
is.
God,
SSR just clicked on this thing. Well, no, SSR is different than volatility halts, right?
correct. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So the SSR is
So
turned on there.
they're
Look
just
at
trying
this
to
thing. Wow.
slow it down, which is not a surprise to me.
Yeah.
I was hoping for a little bit of a bounce here, but we didn't get anything. It just dropped.
People are disgusted by the
Oh, here,
situation, man.
look at Nvidia. Nvidia just popping.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. Andrew's going long Nvidia. Oh, he might get the move. Let's see. Oh, you know what I haven't done? I just went to look for the Atlas
Yep,
data
I
and I
got my
realized I
Atlas
didn't
up.
have it open.
Got it up here.
What's Nvidia looking like? I think it's a
Mhm.
pretty big risk to go long on Nvidia. I mean, who knows what it's going to do? It's there is a whole lot of orders sitting at 210. You know,
Oh,
I mean, not that I would be trading against Andrew here for sure, but
yep.
uh, yeah. See.
Looking at some of the tickers you guys are mentioning in chat. And yeah, we're active. There's a lot happening. There's Amazon.
Oh my God.
Uh,
Look at that. Wow, Nvidia got the move. All right.
got a wall coming up there, 210. It's a wall of orders.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the Atlas on for that. FI. What do we like on FI? I want to say it's dropped so much that there's got to be some kind of relief and pullback here. But you can't trade off for that. You got to have a plan. But I think this is just it's bled too much. I think this might be a pullback, uh, and then continues to sell off. So we're seeing a little bit of that here. I'm not saying I'm gonna go long, but oh no, the weakness is just continues to pour in.
Nvidia.
Oh wow.
There's the 210 break on Nvidia.
Very nice. Looking at FI, I don't have an edge, and I want to trade this ticker. I think there's a play here. I just don't see what exactly. Um, Maybe a 5 minute ORB. I think there might be some relief coming to this thing, but I don't know. We'll give it a little bit of time for now. Oh wow, Nvidia going. Um,
Yeah.
that is gone, my friends.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow,
Wow.
it's really just charging.
Yeah. Let me get my tickers in here. Uh, Give me 1 second, guys. FI. I gotta write my tickers in my watch list here. Amazon, BA, CVS, ASTS, All right, nothing for me yet, friends. How about for you guys? What have you guys done? FI, Nvidia, Peter, anything?
I'm watching Nvidia for the reversal, but it just keeps going.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know about that reverse. That this thing is like a freight train. But you're right. Usually when you get a big pop like that, look at the 5 minute. There's usually room for a pullback, to at least back to 209. So yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
But you got it. The timing is so key here, and which is the reason why you're waiting. So I get that. Look at Tesla drop here, pretty nice. That's a good 5 minute ORB, guys. Oh, I missed it. Wasn't looking at it. Tesla. JC Trader. Nvidia 6 trillion by 10 a.m. Won't shock me. Would not shock me at all. But no. Amazon's got their 5 minute range in here. We get a pullback to VWAP and we show some weakness. I might take this short if it gives us that. Let's see. We got a pop this morning towards that 230, 238. And let's see, maybe there could be some, yeah, actually, look at this 5 minute here. I do like Amazon for a short back to the previous day close. I'm going to go short Amazon here, guys. I like it for a short 5 minute ORB breakdown. Thank you guys for calling out Amazon if it works. If it works. If it doesn't, it's your fault. But no, serious, all jokes aside, I do like it here for a 5 minute ORB. So let's see if we can get 230, something below that will be awesome. So this is our range. Yeah, let's see if we can get the continuation. And I am gonna take this also. On my funded account as well. 6,500 in profits on the funded account. So that's doing good. Amazon will take a short here. Peter, Nvidia's dropping. Did you get in above
I
211?
did.
Nice.
I did.
Nice.
Just got a partial to
Yeah. Yep.
1043 was the fill. That's a pretty good fill, actually.
That is a great fill. Yeah. See if we can get the drop here. All right, friends. So Peter is short Nvidia from the highs here. I am short Amazon. We're both looking for these
There we
things
go.
to drop and give us our first partial. 3 consecutive big green bars and 2 minute on Nvidia. Not much else you can ask for. Yeah, no, this Nvidia. If you took it long out of the gates here, you did very well. It started. This thing opened up at 208, went to 211.50, almost 211.75. That's a big move. And if you're shorting it now, like Peter is, you're depending on your entry, you can possibly get a play towards the bottom here. So yeah, Nvidia is where it's at. Is it mirrors the channel
I
laggy? Mm-mm-mm. Are you
there's
guys having
you mean
feed
no, I mean there's
problems?
always a little delay on the live stuff on YouTube. That's why you sort of can't trade live with us. It's all right.
Yeah, it's like a couple of seconds delay there. So no lag. Okay, good. Good. All right. Let's see if Amazon can deliver here. Struggling to get the continuation going on this 5 minute ORB breakdown. We did get a low of 230.25. I'm looking to break 230 though. And we'll take a partial there. We'll look at Amazon on my other chart here. I'm sorry, Apple. Somebody's mentioning Apple, so I'll take a look at it here. What do we got? Apple.
Uh-oh. Andrew's adding. That's no good.
Uh-oh,
It's
the
a
Andrew
video.
indicator is not in your favor. That's
Yeah, not in my
could be
favor.
dangerous.
Yeah. He's adding,
uh,
which
it's
I
not
don't want him to
not ideal.
no.
Yeah.
He's not wrong though. There's just all the orders have come out of Nvidia, so I'm thinking that we've got a drop in it. Come on. I was going to add short, but then he made me rethink that. So here we
Yeah.
go.
Yep. Amazon's right to our 230. We want to break below that so we can make the risk reward kind of work a little bit more in our favor for our first partial. So I want to break below 230 where we just came right to it and getting a little bit of a bounce. Actually, we came pretty close to 30.06. That actually could have been a partial. Let's see. So the play here is 5 minute open range breakdown. Again, just love the selling pressure we got on the 1 minute. And if you look on the 5 minute, you can see how clean your range is right there. That's your 5 minute RB range. If you're trading the body, which I usually do, I trade the body. You could trade the wicks too. Um, I find the wicks to be a little bit more difficult. So usually I'm trading the break off the body. And if you get a good entry, which I did not have here, the best entry, if you get a good entry like here, sometimes when you get to that wick, this could be your first partial at times, right? So depending on how, oops, sorry, I'm not showing the right screen, right over here. So depending how good your entry is, this wick here could be the first partial. So I was showing that this right here is your 5 minute range. And oh, yes, 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 friend. So here it is. Partial here, 229.96, below that 230. We're going to take a partial there on the breakdown. Let's see if we can
Nice.
get lower. Our big target is previous day close. We get down there, we'll take a big chunk off because I think that's where if you are going to get some kind of buyers coming in and trying to push it higher, probably be at that previous day close line. The king of all levels, as we call it.
Mm-hmm. FI hasn't gone very far since the open, so it's calmed down here a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. I think this is a long, man. I was thinking about long earlier, but I just didn't have a plan. I'm glad I didn't take it long because look at the drop here. So again, stick to your plan. Doesn't matter what you think.
Yeah.
Stick to a plan, right? But I think this, I think it's gone down too far. You know, so if you see, if I see a long play and opportunity, I think there is a shot to take it long here somewhere. You know, tight stop, you get a couple of bucks up to 73. You know, why not? So, um, I'm not gonna do it now. I'm focusing here on my Amazon trade, and we'll look at that a little bit later. But I think there is a play on FI to the long side, given how much it has dropped. James is not waiting. He is long FI. So he is in
It's a
on
risky
FI.
trade. I mean, it could
Yeah.
pay off, but it's risky.
All right.
I can't believe there's this many buyers for Nvidia up here at this price. This is amazing.
Mm.
Amazing.
Um,
Andrew's trading PLTR long, so he got this pop here. Of course he did.
oh, good buddy Jow in chat. You're asking where's my stop loss? Yeah, you're talking about Amazon, right? The one now. Well, now it's that break even. But prior to that, when we got in here, I didn't get the best entry. I usually like my stop to be VWAP. But look how far VWAP is from here, right? If I would have had a better entry here, which is where the break is of the 5 minute ORB, you know, slightly above VWAP makes sense. But in my case here, based on how I got in, you know, just right up, you know, on the below VWAP. Usually not where you want it. You want it above VWAP so you can have VWAP use it as resistance. But in this case, my entry was not ideal. So once we get to like 1R, like where we are here, this is usually when I want to start partialing. So at least our risk reward can start, you know, working in our favor. And I'm looking for that target of the previous day close. But we are hesitant. Here's where I have a hard time like holding and not taking a partial. You know, we drop some more, and I don't want to bring a lot back. Um, all right, here is We're almost to it. We might get it actually on Amazon. I might give it to us here.
Yeah, it's slow but steady here.
Yeah, we might actually get the.
I got stopped out of NVIDIA. I can't remember if I said that, but it unfortunately came
Yep.
up right to my entry. I was taking the hard side of that trade.
Yeah.
Let's see what it does.
Amazon. The price action looks very much in our favor. The bids, Atlas, everything is lining up pretty well on Amazon. We're not going to be greedy and we're going to get ready for a partial here. Let's see if we can. Yeah, I'm taking a partial. Should we? We wait.
What should you do? I don't know.
We're
It's sort
so
of
close. Like I want to be
uh,
patient, but we're so close, and I don't want it doing that.
take half the partial you normally would, just to I
Actually,
don't
we
know.
could do that. No. We could. Yeah, yeah, we could do that. We could do that because I was planning on taking a big
Like
parcel down here anyway. So let's take a half of that. Good call, Peter. See, that's how you trade with a
and then
team, my
there you go.
friends.
And then you got the other half for when it goes,
Yeah,
or at least you got some.
yeah, exactly. There it is. We took half off. Now you're more calm, cool, and collected, and you're in control of the situation as much as you can be in control. As much as you can be. I am also short in my funded account. So here's my funded account. We're short here. Not not huge size, right? We're gonna trade decent size. 165 shares, so not a big size. And it's partial 25% here on Amazon. There it
It's
is.
five. That's 5%.
What is?
Just Nvidia is up
Mm-hmm.
5%. It's just when you think about it, that means that they're up $250 billion this morning. Like it's just incredible numbers.
Yeah, it's wild.
Like that's more than the valuation of most corporations.
Yeah,
Like
it's crazy,
like
crazy,
just
crazy,
on the amount
crazy.
sometimes the numbers just don't make any sense. Like the amount that they popped this morning means that, just with that amount, the difference in what they popped this morning, they could uh, they could buy Ford and General Motors and how let's see and yeah, I don't know, like it's and still have like $150 million left over. Like it just 150 billion
Yeah,
left over. Like it doesn't make any sense. It really
wild.
doesn't.
It is wild. Right, I am in Amazon. Tesla's breaking through VWAP here, is pulling back now. I mean, this could be a great VWAP breakout. I mean, I love this right here. The drop coming up to the VWAP, breaking through. Okay, now you got the pullback. Can these buyers hold? And the entries, once you engulf this area here, that's usually the entry stop loss below the VWAP, right? 461. Got to give it room. So you give it dollar and change. So, um, but it hasn't made the move yet for the entry for me. Since we got a little bit of cushion on Amazon, I might take this long if we get our signal, but we don't have it yet. Signal's usually right here, 462.36. We cross above that, and we could be in good shape. Actually, we're doing it now. Oh, okay. I'm going long Tesla. We're doing it right now. It did pop up above that, so let's see if we can get to. We'd love the high of the day, but I'm not sure if that's possible. Let's see. All right, so Tesla long here for the VWAP breakout. Amazon's making a new low. Let's just go here. Oh, baby. Amazon, where you been, my good buddy?
There you
Uh,
go.
that, I gotta start talking better about Amazon. Normally I dismiss it because it does not trade very well, but you guys been Amazon, 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 and you guys were right. You guys were right. So here it is, previous day close. Peter, I love their plan. I'm gonna take a partial here. Um, because if I didn't take this partial here and we did this, I would have been probably taking a partial here, thinking it's gonna go higher, right? So by taking this partial here, we're calm. We could let this pullback do its thing, and now we can take the rest here, where we aim for, previous day close, right? And if you're wondering, well,
There you
Carlos,
go. There it is.
why not just hold these partials and take it all out here? Psychological part of it. You're seeing it here as me and Peter are going through it. Psychological part of
Yep.
it is important as much as it is being able to hold through these trades, right? So it's not as
Yeah.
easy and simple. It's not clean cut. All right, so I am in Tesla long. 461 is our stop here. So this thing's getting a big sell-off, but 461. Let's see if we can hold above that. So let's see. Wow, it's trading pretty wild. Not wild, but it's the way the cans are forming a little bit weird. There it is. Another partial on Amazon here on my funded account. All right, Tesla holding up above our stops. Hopefully can settle nicely above the VWAP here.
Yeah.
Amazon is, let's see, 228 is the next level I have on Amazon. Tesla's not giving me the warm and fuzzies at all.
No, it's
Yeah,
slowed
it's
down here. The volume
slowed
has
down a
slowed down a lot
lot.
too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
it could get there. It just could slide its way to that, right? It's not really a momentum play anymore. It's
Yeah. And it's not closing. Like these wicks lower, lower, lower. That's not giving me good hopes. But let's see.
yeah.
It is Tesla. Anything is possible. Um, nice job. So you enter on the body of the Amazon tray of the 5-minute ORB, and when I saw you enter after, gave an extra boost of confidence. That happens to me when Andrew takes a trade. That when I take a trade, and Andrew takes the same
Yeah.
trade. Yeah, you get the boost of confidence. Uh, like okay, so at least somebody else is seeing the same thing I'm seeing, right? And we're all looking for the same strategies. We're not doing anything here, brand new. So it's good. We all see the same thing. In a trade. Wow, 463 struggling for Tesla. What is the Atlas showing me here? Um, what did we got going on? Come on, Tesla, you could do this. Just break through that. Let's get the high of the day. 464. Anything above 464 would take a partial. Um, all right, so Tesla, we are in here. It looks, yeah, the Atlas looks very bullish now, at least. I didn't look at it earlier, but now it looks very bullish. So hopefully this can pan out. Again, it's just an indicator. It's not an 8 ball. Only Peter has the 8 ball there. I can tell you what's actually going to happen. But we are respectful of the 8 ball. We don't use it all the time. Peter, we haven't used it in a while. Do you still use it in the chat, like
We
here and
haven't.
there? Okay.
No, occasionally, but you're right. We haven't, especially on YouTube here in the morning. We
Yeah.
haven't. I
We
don't
don't
think we've
abuse
used
it.
it.
Mm-hmm.
No, it sits here waiting, ready. It's always
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we might need to break it
Don't
in.
want to,
Do I want to use it on
but
Tesla here?
I
Let's
don't
use it on
know. Yeah.
Tesla. Let's use it.
Have you
Let's use
summoned
it on
it? What do
Tesla.
you want to know? What do you want
Or
to know? What's
no,
your
will
question? You
Tesla
got to be very.
break 465?
Oh, okay. Magic 8 Ball. Carlos wants to know, will Tesla break a price of 465 before 11 a.m. this morning?
Good.
All
Good.
right.
Very
And the answer
specific.
is it is certain. You got to be
Oh,
specific because
oh,
it
baby.
could break 465 like 4 weeks from now, right? Like
Yeah.
then you won't.
See,
So it
now
said it
we're
was certain.
oh now we're look at the 8 ball doing his thing, baby.
Yeah,
Um.
there you go.
Oh. Oh wow. I'm gonna take a partial here, guys. I know the 8 ball said 465, but this is pretty good. So this is pretty good. So partial here on Tesla, friends. And let's see, 8 ball before 11. Amazon holding on to this previous day close. So we might take another partial here because this could be a good area for it to bounce. But yeah, partial on Tesla here as the 8 ball delivers what it thinks might happen before 11. So we got close. See if it's gonna happen here. All right, friends on YouTube. The comments are great. Love you guys. Let's hit that thumbs up. Really appreciate it. I mean, it does help us out a ton. So if you haven't had the opportunity to do so, smack that thumbs up. We're sitting at 230. Numbers have been very low lately. I think it's two reasons. Winter's coming. People's fingers are cold. They're not trying to touch anything. They turn the stuff on and just kind of put their hands in their pocket. I do the same thing. I get it. And the other thing is that we're so focused in, right? We turn on the stream, we've set up everything, and we're just focused on trading. Nobody cares about a thumbs up right now. But kindly I ask because it does help us out. So
LTR.
So thank you guys. Appreciate it. PLTR? Did you trade PLTR?
No, Andrew did. Andrew's still long PLTR and he's getting a great move.
Oh,
Nvidia's
PLTR.
found a new range that it
Wow.
likes here. It seems to be very comfortable at this 210 price. That's
Yeah.
that's amazing. That's just amazing. So,
Yeah.
okay. Welcome to your new. It's sort of like when AMD. Remember when AMD popped up and then it just decided, it was 210 as well, right? When it popped up to about 210 and said, "Yeah, I'm really comfortable here." And then of course now
Yeah.
look at it. AMD's up at 260. Craziness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, so
Um there it is. Ravi took long PLTR. Nice. Who else? Hassan took long PLTR. Hassan 2268 took PLTR.
nice.
When is YouTube gonna fix this thing? I missed the names because I it's easy for me to respond back to people with the names. Wonder when they're gonna get that sorted here. All right, Tesla, you know what you have to do based on the 8 ball. Let's see.
Yeah, it looks like it did what it could. It tried.
It
Uh,
tried. Andrew adding to Nvidia. And man, he's having a monstrous day on Nvidia. That's awesome.
he's having another great day. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So amazing.
Andrew's got to be close to his goal already, I think, and he's
I don't
still
think so.
got 2 months,
Yeah,
2 months of trading.
yeah.
Because I'd done the calculation when he announced that he was trying to get to that $10 million account. He only needed about 5,000 a day, something like that. Yeah, I did
Yeah.
the rough math, and it was like 5,500 a day, and he's
Mm-hmm.
been doing better than that. So
Mm-hmm.
he
Mm-hmm.
he might not quite be there yet, but he's comfortable. That's for sure. There's no
Yeah.
question he's comfortable. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
heck, whether he hits the number or not, he's comfortable. So,
Manad, I took Tesla long, got out when it started pulling back from VWAP. I feel bad now. Oh man, was this before the 8 ball or after the 8 ball? If it was after the 8 ball, you should feel very bad. If it was before, I don't blame you. You didn't have the details here.
yeah,
You didn't have
here's
the 8 ball's answer yet.
new high on Nvidia.
Nice, nice. New low on Amazon, guys. Let's take another partial here. Let's see. Wow, 228.
Wow. Look
Yeah,
at Nvidia.
wow, wow, wow.
Nvidia is just this is amazing.
Yeah, what a day, man. What a day. We're only in exactly 30 minutes, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So, all right, I am taking another. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's wait. So I'm looking at Amazon to take another partial as we break lower 228. Oh, wow. This is great. This is really good. And someone mentioned we were talking in our peak capital boot camp that we have. We know we're in week 8 or 9. I forget. I didn't even keep track of the weeks. We just work hard, right? I think we're in week 8 or so. Peter, you know what week we're in already in boot camp?
Yeah, week 8 sounds right.
Week 8 sounds right. We're in that area.
We're in that area,
Yeah, yeah. So here, people are asking, about the sizing and the profits. You don't starting out, you don't gotta take a boatload of shares. Look at Amazon here. We have 93 shares. We're up unrealized 160 with what we have right now, right? And we didn't take a boatload. I think we took a total of like 170 share, 150, right, as original entry. So, you know, you can start trading very small, and if you have a strategy that works, you can build your account, right? So that's what I'm going to do going forward. I'm not going to be trading a big size here. I'm going to be trading a smaller size to kind of show that, hey, you could do this if you have a strategy, right? If you go through a boot camp, if you go through Bearable Traders and you got something that works, you could do it. It just takes time. It just takes time, and I think if people are more patient, they'll be able to do that. Take a partial here on our funded account. There it is, 666. So we're slowly growing our account, taking a couple of trades a day. We're not going crazy on it, just easily. Oh, wow. The 8 ball delivers, Peter. The 8 ball is 1 for 1. We're gonna have a counter for the 8 ball.
There
8
you
ball
go.
counter.
There you go. Let me
Let's
write
keep
that
track of
down.
this.
Sorry, I got
Yeah,
distracted with my trade. Sorry, and there you go. Magic 8 ball is now correct
yeah.
57% of the time. So,
Oh, you have a tracker already.
oh yeah.
Oh,
I
that
keep
I
I,
did
I
not
like
know.
I like stats. I keep track of these things. So,
That I did not know. Okay,
all
there
right.
he
I'm
goes.
moving my stop to break even now, and haven't taken a partial on this. I might get stopped out. I want a bigger drop. I want a full dollar down to 211. I'm short Nvidia, by the way. Again,
Oh, very good, very good.
uh, I got a I got a good entry. I'm just above 212 here on my entry, so hopefully, it looked like it was just
Nice.
weak, little volume spike as it hit the high. Hoping for just a dollar move, not a massive trade, but just take advantage of. I don't know why I can't seem to take the momentum higher, but I'm always willing to short a strong stock.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, all right, Tesla did pop here. I missed my partial at above 465 on Tesla. Let's looking at
And
Amazon, other things. So let's see
and
if we can.
Amazon is.
Yeah,
Here we
it's
go. Here we go.
it's rocking, man. Rocking. So a couple of parcels on Amazon. This 5-minute ORB breakdown. Nice, Alex. Alex took Amazon short with us. Worked
There we
well with
go.
the camps strategy. Had a
There we
nice
go.
bearish book. Oh,
So I got a
Peter's getting
partial
his
on
move.
Nvidia.
Yeah, very nice. There it is, 211, and it's probably gonna go lower.
I got my $1 move, so that's
Yeah,
good.
I would think we'll
And
we'll get some more on this.
looks like it's weak. There we go.
Oh man, Amazon is just continues. The fun is not over. Melanie, Microsoft has been falling the last couple of days, right? And today's another great short. Microsoft is another one that's been trading really nice lately. We took advantage of it this week, but look at it here, losing the previous day close and dropping nicely. As Amazon, we're gonna take again just another partial here, friends. I don't think this is gonna keep going down forever. Eventually, you are gonna get a pullback, so we're just gonna take a partial here. Our funded account. I'm gonna take, how much you have left? 70 shares. Let's take 50% off on Amazon here.
I got another partial here at my $2 mark on Nvidia. So
Nice.
it's going great. I don't, am I sharing it? I'm not sharing a screen, am I?
No, no, you're
Sorry.
not. It's okay.
Sorry. I can easily do that. Just to share the joy. There you go. You can see that trade from the
Yep.
high. You can see that it wasn't my
Oh,
first
yeah,
foray, by the
yeah.
way. I
Yep.
tried to short Nvidia a little early this morning, so I had to make it
Yeah.
back here.
Yep.
But it
You
all
have
works
to
out. Look at that great
have to
short. When
move
you see
now,
it, like
man.
look at
Yeah.
that, right at the high of day there.
Yes. Good. That's
That's where I
nice.
like to see my short little arrows.
Yes. Yes.
Just
Yes.
poised right at the peak. That makes it pretty. Why is this not? I don't know.
Yep. Very, very good.
Uh,
All right. What did you guys trade other
so
than Amazon or Tesla or Nvidia? What else do you guys have on deck? I saw so many people trade PLTR, which is awesome. PLTR was so good today. Oh, PLTR was so good. Might be getting ready for a short here. C4S7G. Yeah. I don't know if Peter was shorted here though. Peter, will you short Tesla? Might be setting up. I don't think it's ready yet.
Tesla.
No, PLTR.
Let's take a look. Oh, PLTR. Yeah, I was thinking of PLTR. I don't like the setup. There wasn't enough volume at the high of day for it to really indicate a reversal. So, so no, it's just not enough. Not
Yeah.
enough confirmation for me.
Looks
But I
like it
can
wants
see
to make a new
why,
high.
right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, the momentum slowed down. It's not moving as high as fast. But again, I want to see that loss of buyers, really, right? And it start to move the other way. And that's, if you look at Nvidia, that's sort of what I saw, right? I mean, look at the candle that I shorted on, right? Like it turned out to be the spinning top doji, but it's right at the
Mm-hmm.
high of day. Look at the volume spike, right? Compared to the surrounding volume, right? Like I could tell that the volume, and that was the minute before. But you could tell like that minute the volume sort of exhausted itself. It hit 212. I was also looking at the Atlas, and the Atlas data told me that there was not a lot of orders sitting higher than that, right? Not big orders, not like we had seen at other price levels. So it just gave me the confidence to take that short and pretty relatively low risk. I mean, I had a pretty tight stop on it, to get, my stop, the high of day is what, 212.19, let's call it, and my entry is 212.07, as you can see on my chart. So, like I had like a let's call it a 15-cent risk. So to get $2 already, I'm $2.50 to the good here on a 15-cent risk. I mean, you can't argue with that, right? Like
Mm.
that's a good 8 to 1.
Yeah.
Oh no, what is
Yeah.
that? That's more like what is that? No, that's a lot more than that. $2.50
To
divided
what?
by
Oh,
15
you got two
cents. That's like
dollars.
16 to 1.
You got a
Yeah,
two dollar and
risk to
50 cents
reward.
move. Okay. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
big. Yeah,
When
yeah,
my
yeah.
when my risk was only 15 cents. So,
Oh yeah. Oh yes. That's way more. Yep.
yeah.
That's that's
So
good.
I mean, I guess I've put, I've put a lot of money in the bank here. I've put like 6, 7 R in the bank already. I mean, obviously I took partials at the $1 and $2 mark. So now I'm just waiting to see. And we got a lot of room to the downside. I might even, maybe I should add to this. I don't know. There's a
Yeah.
risk that it pops up on me, but
James. So James, I don't know why YouTube does that, right? So the question is why is YouTube showing names and user numbers and all that? So that's your actual username for YouTube. And then as you can do your actual name, like my name is Carlos Moreta, right? So, but my username is Carlos M328. So last time we did this, they did an upgrade to like these XP points, right? So they're doing something on their end that's not on our end, so we're not doing it just in case anybody that doesn't know. But yeah, I missed the names because the names are so much easier. And I also have, you start to learn a little bit of the history of the conversations you have with someone like Rhinos or Ben, right? And some of these names are just you don't recognize them. Coach Umberto, I could tell by his picture. So it's nice to get the names back. Hopefully they'll do that soon. All right, Amazon. I
Yeah.
am in Amazon. I might uh
Wow.
I might take everything
Hey,
off
look,
here.
I don't know how to say your name, but Agit C4S7G. Look, I appreciate that. Ross has got a very specific trading style, right? There's nothing wrong with what he does, but it's very specific. It requires a very tightly honed and managed set of skills. Our trading's a little more general, and uses more I guess readily available trends, if I could say it that way. So, yeah, no, it's good. And look, not every trading style resonates with every trader, and that's you got to sort of find what works for you. So I'm glad that you found something that works, that we're adding value, and it makes us happy. It's good to hear that. So thank you for the feedback and congratulations. I'm glad it's going well for you.
Yeah, that is awesome. I am going to. I honestly think that Amazon might move up from here, so I'm just gonna take everything off here. So I'm going to close
Mm.
out my position on Amazon. This was an amazing run, guys. I mean, we got a really nice move, but I honestly think that things might be turning. Right, I think the stock is strong. I don't think it's gonna hang out here for forever, and I'm also going to close out my funded account position as well. Um, so we'll close everything. There it is. 35 units left, and that's close. All right, we added a couple here. How can we look at the P&L for today? Oh yeah, the journal. The journal is so nice. So um this is really nice. You look at the journal and the calendar, import trades. I got it. Oh, you could import trades from DAS. This was not here yesterday. At least I didn't notice it.
And new
Okay.
features every day.
Oh man, this is really oh, I didn't see this. Again,
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I don't know if that was there. Maybe it was, but now they got this drop down when you put personal. So I mean, I can put in my personal account. You got trading terminal, which would be, I would assume, my funded account, right? And then you got bear with trade. I mean, it's just a bunch of stuff here. So this is pretty cool. Not showing anything yet, so maybe I gotta set it up. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I gotta figure this out a little bit later. All right, pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. All right, friends. The only thing I'm looking at now is managing just Tesla. We did pull back from the 465 highs, and we're looking to. We took a partial already. I missed the partial up here above 465. Hopefully, we can get back up there, and I'll take another partial. And then, Peter, your Nvidia is working out lovely. Did you add?
I didn't. No, not yet. I've been contemplating. I just don't. I always seem to add too early. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait in case this comes back up above VWAP. So we'll see.
yeah,
There's
yeah,
still there's still a few orders up at 211. There's more at 212. Well, if it goes to 212, woof, that would be. I mean, I am above 212 right now with my entry, but not by much.
Oh, uh-huh.
So
Yeah, yeah,
it would be pretty risky. It would be just sheer luck if I managed to stay in if it went to 212. But anyways, if it comes back up and tests 211 and then drops, that would be good because I see orders at 208, 207. I mean, that makes sense to me because I mean this thing is up again, just a ridiculous amount.
yeah.
I was looking at, again, like I was saying, I was looking at other companies. What
Hmm.
could what could what could Nvidia buy this morning?
Yeah, yeah.
So you know what they could buy? They could buy General Motors and Citigroup and still have about still have about 10 or 20 billion left over. They could just buy the companies outright. They could buy
Yeah,
a bank like Citigroup, one of the US's largest banks, buy it
that's
cash just
yeah,
with the increase in their stock price this morning.
it's crazy,
Anyways,
crazy, crazy.
it's amazing
Um,
when you start to look at it that way, you know?
yeah, yeah.
Like that doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to me, but in any event, it doesn't have to make sense, does it?
Doesn't have. I was thinking to say doesn't have to make sense. This computer went almost
No.
bankrupt, unless Sega bailed them out. They went bankrupt. Nvidia almost. And Sega gave them this big contract for Sega Genesis to make some of their chips, and they were able to get underwater. And look at them now.
And look at them now.
Look at them now.
Yeah.
Um, happy, happy. So the Fed meeting is the minutes come out at 2, right? So there it is. Peter
Yep.
has it here. FOMC minutes at 2, and then Powell at 2:30. So it's like a second open for us later today.
Yep. Yeah. Now we're not going live for that. We're just going live for earnings, right?
No, we'll do earnings. Yeah, we're not
Okay.
gonna go live for
Yeah.
this one because you're not around either. So would have been if you would have
No, I'm
around, you
not,
probably would have done
unfortunately.
it. Yeah. So we'll plan it for next
Yeah,
time.
that's true. Absolutely, I
Yep.
would have. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been fun. So well, we'll be live for earnings tonight. 3:30. We'll come on at 3:30 and stay till about 4:30. And watch the action. I don't trade earnings, but I like watching them. I really enjoy watching them. I know Jared trades them. Brian will probably join us. He trades them, so that should be fun. Gary Keynes, PIADQ. Welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck family, my friend. Good to have you. You know what? I have we not I have. Andrew has provided me some Spanish books, Spanish audiobooks, right? So, um, if you're a part of the Lambos and Garbage Truck family and do uh you would like a Spanish audiobook, send me an email. We'll get you a link. But one condition. You have to do an honest review. We would love an honest review because we don't get a lot of reviews for the audio stuff. So you want to promote that stuff so Amazon can get going. So if you are Spanish speaking, send me an email. If you're a part of Lambos and Garbage Truck family, we'll get you a link for the Spanish audio that I have here. So and then later today we'll do our regular giveaway. I think we have some more of the Mastering the Trade psychology books that Andrew put out. So we got more of those English version. All right, Tesla. The 8-ball delivered and I did not deliver on my partial. So that's just a shame. But let's see. Might get another opportunity here. What a great day today, friends. What a great day. There it is, Gary. Welcome from Andrew. Andrew in chat had a monster day on Tesla. Is Andrew looking to buy the Lambos and Garbage Truck ticker? Is he looking to buy LMBO? That could be our ticker for Lambos and Garbage Truck family. They're not using it properly here, whoever this company is. We go buy them out. All right. There we are. Market Atlas. POTR was amazing, friends. Great trade for those that took POTR today. Oh, what do we have here? Big earnings week. So just a recap here of the trading terminal. See Meta, Microsoft, Google today, Boeing early this morning. We'll take a look. Take a look at what Boeing's doing in a
Oh,
second.
maybe I should have added up there.
Yeah, Nvidia, and then Amazon,
Yeah.
Apple, and Coin. Coin
Lots
could
of
be
earnings,
interesting.
yeah.
Yeah,
Very
it's
busy.
big week, man. Um, you got 5 of the top 7 I wish they would spread that around a little more, give us a little more
It's a
action.
good question. So asking how Atlas is looking for Nvidia.
You got it up?
Here's in Yep.
Yep, there it is.
So you can see where the orders blot big orders, but 68,000 orders shares sitting up at 212. Not a lot, only 28,000 at 211, and then a few down, 47,000 at 208. So there's not a lot around the price action, which tells me right now this thing could just sort of chop in a, there's about a $3-4 range here. This thing could move in without doing anything serious. So I don't really know where it's going for now, which sort of makes sense, right? If I we just go back and look at the chart here, let's look at Nvidia. You can sort of see, right? Like see this price range in here, right? This is looks like where most of the price action has happened today. So all the price orders are at the top of this range or at the bottom of the range, right? So it's sort of saying not a lot of opinions going on in the market as to what the price is going to do in here. So I'm just going to hold on since I'm short from the very top. Basically, I am short like from 10 cents from the all-time high. No reason not to hang on to it, right? We'll just wait and see. If it makes a new all-time high, fine, I'm out. If it retraces any of the gains it's made so far this morning, then I'm poised to take advantage. So figure I'm in a good spot.
Hmm.
Uh, on Atlas, those are not. No, those are total shares, as far as I know. I don't think there's lots of 100. I think it's total shares. I believe. Now you got me questioning. I don't know. Let's see.
No,
What
I
have I
think there's.
got? What have I got showing
I
here?
don't
Let
think
me
it's
look at my
lots.
level two.
Yeah.
My level two at, let's say, 211, for example. Uh, huh. Yeah, I don't know now. Because I show more shares on the level two at 211, for example, than I see in Atlas.
Hmm.
Really? Should I be multiplying those by 100? I didn't think so. I don't know. We're going to ask Andrew, see if he knows when he comes on. It's a good question.
I don't know because I saw Nvidia say with like 330,000. So I don't know. Could it be 3 million? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Um,
Mm.
Here's Tesla guys coming to my break even. Big drops here, so we'll get out of it. We took some off here. Um, yeah, let's get out of it. I don't want to stick around. Nice drop below the VWAP here. So we're out of Tesla. We just got a partial up here. We could have made so much more, man. 465, but I was distracted with something else. And our call on Amazon to get out was good because look at here. I kind of had a feeling this thing was done. It's a big drop for a stock that's been doing so well. So there it is, looking to get above the previous day close. And we'll see where Tesla and Nvidia and everything else goes. FI was along. FI was along eventually. Would have been messy. Had to wait a long time. Could we please check PLTR on Atlas? Yes, we can. Yes.
Mm. Andrew says he thinks it's lot size. So, Carlos, it looks like maybe we're wrong. Those could be
Was
lots, which
that
means you multiply by 100. That's a lot of
so?
volume. So,
We had almost like I want to say 3 million shares earlier in Nvidia at the open.
yeah, that makes
I
sense.
never thought about it. I never thought about it because the numbers were just normal. When I saw that big number today, it made me think about it. Wow, is that really lot size? I mean, that's a big giant number. Which it could be right given
It is.
what Nvidia is
Yeah,
doing. So
exactly. Exactly. So,
uh,
yeah, we'll see. We'll see what that means, where this goes. Mm-mm.
uh, yeah, I guess. Yep. So PLTR is what we want to look at, right? So PLTR, let's take a look here. PLTR. All right. Raymond Morin, welcome. 1157. welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck family, my friend. We're so glad to have you, and thank you for the support. I really appreciate it. Here's POTR on Atlas. There we go.
And it does look like it's topped here. PLTR. Brian is predicting a short for me on PLTR. The problem is, again, I don't see the finishing volume I like. I mean, it could be short.
Yeah,
It's just not, it's not strong enough for me to confidently leverage my strategy. So,
yeah.
I'm used to that. I'm used to like missing a lot of things. I don't catch a lot of stocks, but that's okay. That's why I have my rules so that I give myself the greatest probability of success on the trades I do take. So,
Oh, much better. There we go. Much, much better. Oh,
so hanging in
okay.
here. Nvidia is back up above VWAP and hanging out here. So
I like that. I like that. I like that. So we got
Tesla, oh, look at Tesla really just dropped off.
yeah, yeah. I'm out of
Back
that
all the way
bad
back.
boy. Um,
Yeah.
wow, could have been a good short if you had breakdown, friends here. Yeah, I'm not taking it, but that could have been a good short. Amazon also
Uh,
coming back, trying to go green. Yeah, Key Keg. It's not working for me right now. I think they're making a change, so just give it a little bit of time. So, uh, yeah, the trading terminal simulator journal is not connected right now, so they might be doing some kind of work on it. So, I tried to look at my journal earlier, and it's not showing up. So just give it a little bit. They're probably doing something. Because I think the idea, and don't quote me, because things this is a very fast-paced moving environment. I think the idea is that let's say if you trade with DAS or with TD Ameritrade or Thinkorswim, I think the idea is to be able to, you can use our journal with your regular live platform eventually, right? So I think that's the idea,
right.
which is nice
Yep.
because, we trade with DAS to Pro Interactive Brokers, but I really like the way the format of this journal is, right? And since I already have a plan with Atlas, with the scanners. Why pay for another software that's going to do that, right? I can just, you know, use this one. So,
Yep.
which I don't pay now for software to do that. I know there's a few softwares out there like $50, $60 a month that would do that. You can get a lot of information in interactive
I
brokers, but not as neat as you could find it here. So,
yeah. I mean, I've paid for years for journaling software on a monthly fee.
yeah,
Actually, I think I paid annual because it gave me a discount. But and yeah, so far what I'm seeing, it's going to give me all the functionality I need just incorporated into trading terminals. So that's pretty awesome.
yeah, looks really good. Looks really good. We saw it yesterday a little bit here, and I was first time I saw it um, on that with actual trades. I've seen it before with P Capital because they had it, but it looks really good. Looks really good. If I make 15K in the funded account, do I keep it? Coach Murdo, I think 10 is the payout. Not think. I know 10 is the payout. 10 is the payout. So if you do 10, if you make 10, that's the payout.
Well,
Uh,
let's be clear. You got to make it and keep it in the
well,
funded account. You
yes.
can't just make it at a period of time and then cash it out. You got to
Cash it
hold it
out, yeah.
over the term of your yeah. But yes, absolutely. If you make
Yeah,
if you make it up to the max payout,
it's
then yeah,
yours. Yours.
Andrew will give you the real cash. Again,
Yeah.
he's looking to encourage traders. So,
Yeah, gives you a real feel of what trading live is like. So, and again, it's a place, it's a buffer, right? If you've done well in sim without risking any type of money, just sim. If you've done well there and you think you're ready to go trade live, try this. If you're able to do this, commit for 90 days. If you're able to successfully do it, Maybe you don't make 10,000 above the profit. Maybe you make, 3,000, 2,000, right? Something that's positive in the green. Then maybe you're ready for try your own account, try your own broker account with your own hard-earned money. But if you can make money in sim with no financial risk at all, right? And then you cannot make money in the funded account, then you're not going to make money in a real account just because you feel like you're going to take it more serious, right? It's just not the way it works. So um, you got to be able to do that. It's very, very important. Because this is not easy. Might seem like it sometimes, but it is not, my friends. Is there a way to check our funded account? Still, yes, that's being worked on. So give it about a week. That's exactly what they work on. So you'll be able to tell if your account is eligible for the payout if you haven't broken any rules. So they're working on being able to put that down. So in about a week. So don't stress about it. It'll be there in about a week or so. It's the time frame that's going to be there for you guys. So you'll be able to tell. Uh, yeah, absolutely. That's what we are here for. Anytime, anytime. All right, all right. Amazon coming back. Tesla retest the VWAP. I I I was thinking about Tesla short. What I don't like here is that you got the previous day close here as well. So it's like, it's not ideal. Can it still work? Yes, but it's not ideal having the previous day close there. Uh, that can act as support. Nvidia trying to get back up. Source to highs here.
I'm
BA.
on mute. No wonder you're
Oh,
nodding.
are you talking away and I'm not
Yes,
here? I thought you were
I
just
was. I
thought
was.
you were
No.
focused on your trades. What's
No, I
up?
was busy talking on things. Whoever took FI, I guess they did get a move long, not very far,
Yeah,
but but
didn't
you're
even make
sitting
174. Yeah.
no, but you'd be sitting green on it, so that's good.
Where they take it? They take it like early or
Yeah, I can't remember they were talking. It was around $70, I think, after it
oh,
sort of hit
that's
the
good.
low, and
Okay, okay. So they
so
got it in there. They got in good. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. The max payout is 5K. No, it's not 5K.
No,
No, it's 10. It's
no, I
10.
think it's
There's there were some websites that were developed, right? And just like templates, right? As we were building the program. So there was some incorrect data in some places. We're fixing those websites, but it's 10K. It's 10. 10 is the payout, right? So it's not 5. I'm not sure where you saw 5, but if you saw something out there that is not correct. 5K on the guide. No, it's 10. I believe it's 10. The terms, is it terms of sales? It says 15. No, I think it's 10. JC Trader. But if you have terms, because it was 15 and it was changed to 10. If you have terms where it shows 15, they'll work that out with you. But I think it's 10 for sure. POTR. Oh, Andrew did trade POTR. I didn't know he had traded
oh
POTR
man,
too.
Nvidia is coming all the way back here.
Nice.
We'll see. See if it stops me out. I'm glad I didn't add,
Yeah.
but but it still might come back and just stop me all the way out. We'll see. I'm letting it run.
Yeah, if your grandfather in a 59, you could have a little bit a difference terms, right? Because at that time was different than it is now. But sadly, you owe Andrew money in the funded account. Yeah, that's good. That's a good one. So yeah, send Andrew a check for what you used up below the 12K. Oh man, good. I like that. I like that. JC Trader, one of our good friends here in YouTube. Yes. I don't think the more expensive version is out yet, but yeah, there I did hear that. Um, but again, I'll go with 10 unless you have something otherwise sells you 15. Yeah, there's a different version that people want to, risk a little bit more, you know, that's fine, but 10 is good. 10 is good. Again, the idea is, guys, don't get too hung up on whether it's 10 or 15. It doesn't matter. Listen, if you're able to do this right, trade well, like you would, you actually own an account, and you can make 10. 10 is nothing compared to what you can make if you figure out your process over 90 days, trading consistently and finding your edge. 10 is, you're going to laugh at 10 in a year. You're going to laugh at it. Like 10, really? You're going to call ahead and say, here, take your 10 back. In fact, like, here's 15. Let me take you out to lunch. I want to fly you down the private jet. And here's another 30 just for coming over. Right? Like, trust me, this is nothing within a year. Right? So just feel me on this. Feel me on this. Peter, am I wrong?
I like your aggressiveness. That's awesome.
It's
That's
nothing. It's
why not?
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I hope that for everybody. I mean, it's not quite that easy, but sure, Carlos, it can happen.
It
Absolutely.
takes time. It takes time. Nice, Baron. Glad you done it for the day. Hopefully you did well, my friend. It's called Lambos and Garbage Truck for a reason. Yes, it is. Absolutely. Um, well, you know what? I don't consider myself a good salesman. It's easy to sell something that the value's there, right? It's like we're not selling, a Honda Accord, which that's a good car to sell because it lasts forever. But
Oh, that's a
it's
decent
like,
car. I could sell that.
think about it. What does a sales manager for like BMW have to do? Like, or a Mercedes Benz or any of these mid tier luxury cars or Maybach. Like, why do you even have a sales manager in Maybach? Uh, Why? You don't need a sales manager or Rolls Royce, right? You walk in there. Anybody that walks in there already knows they're either buying or not. It's like what color you want. They should have an administrative assistant there. What color do you want? What trim do you want? There's no selling of that car, right? Because the value's there. People know what they're getting, right? They're getting great value for whatever car they want, and they actually have the funds for it, right? So there's no selling. It should just be a lady there saying, "What trim would you like? What color would you like? Would you like leather or premium? What like just you know, that's it, right?" So I think anybody could be a good salesman of something that's valuable and it gives the value, right? You guys could do this. You guys could do this. So,
All right. How are you guys doing?
oh, good. How are you, Andrew?
I am pretty good, having an amazing day.
We
Um,
saw that. I'm putting it into chat. We're gonna ask, how are you with your goal? You gotta be on track pretty nicely,
I'm
dude.
pretty close. Yeah, 9.9 something.
Nice.
I'm pretty close. So how do I
Wow.
share my screen here? Oh, I'm sharing my screen already. Oh, perfect.
Yep, you are. Your camera. Let me just make sure I got your camera here.
Ryan, you have to stop your webcam in the chat and put it in the Zoom. All
Okay,
right.
well, I'm still hanging on to this Nvidia short. It's moving back up on me, but we'll see if it gets all the way. I'm
We saw
pretty,
that Peter shorting at 212. That was a great short.
I know.
We were
I'm
thinking, oh, that was some ballsy move.
I
Uh,
am short 10 cents from the all-time high on the biggest stock the planet has ever seen. So what the hell? That's what I do, man. It's crazy, but that's my trading style. I don't understand why, but it is what it is.
No, that's amazing. Yeah. That was a great congratulations. And as soon as I
Thanks.
saw that you're actually shorting, I said I'm getting out of it. I had a pretty good day on PLTR and NVDA. I'm still long PLTR. I have my orders at 198 to see if you can
Nice.
get there. Um,
We've got a new name for you, Peter.
What's that?
New nickname. It's Big Balls.
Big balls.
Elon
That's
Musk's.
me.
Yeah, Elon Musk, move
That's,
over.
yeah. That's usually only after I get kicked, but yeah, okay, I'll take it.
There goes. Yeah, PLTR's back testing Hive Day here.
all right,
Sky's
so
looking a little bit
I'm up
choppy.
$21,000 on NVIDIA and PLTR. Things are going pretty good. And I still have only a little bit shares of only a little bit of shares of PLTR left, only 349 shares. Things are pretty good.
Life is good.
Life is good. So Brian, you did have a short on Tesla. I remember that at the open, like that pop, you kind of shorted somewhere. Oh, you
Yeah,
shorted this one at
shorted it.
460 here. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, and just traded in video with you. Um, so it's been a okay day.
All right. Other than
PLTR,
that,
I did not trade.
it looks like the market really has slowed down.
Yeah, like I said, we haven't really made much move since about 10 o'clock, and this is pretty much what Carlos had said at the open in the pre-market show. He said, you know, we're going to have probably some moves first half hour, 45 minutes or so, and then we're kind of just going to hang around, wait for wait for that 2 o'clock rate decision, which I think everybody's expecting the quarter point cut, and then we're going to get Powell's comments at 2:30, and those are the ones that are probably that are going to move the market as um, if anything does.
Yeah,
He's
absolutely.
probably going
Like
to be
usually,
asked some questions. It's going to be asked some questions about some different things like what inflation and that kind of stuff, where the Fed's target is. Lowering rates
oh,
with
usually
inflation still
their
over
tone,
2%.
yeah, usually their tone is impacting the market. Like, are they seeing things toward easing, or they're seeing it toward waiting?
So we're back down to sort of low of the pre-market here on the SPY, selling off a bit now. We're breaking out of that trading range, or trying to. See if we get a bounce here. Tesla's selling off. It's gone red. Wow, big drop on PLTR after trying to get back above above high of day.
ELTR. John, John, don't post this kind of things. Uh, uh,
What, what's John saying?
I don't know, John. John,
We
I
love
delete that
John.
one, John. Yeah. Um, all right, Mike J, what did you do? AMD, nice. All right, guys. Any question, guys, in YouTube about the trades that we did? Let's get back into a real character.
210.
Any question, guys, about the trades that we did? So the mania is this thing that before the market announced it, I usually don't do anything and then I trade based on the announcement. Like this is not a very consistent strategy. Like Benia, what we're really teaching is that try to find a consistent pattern and trade based on that. And this is extremely important, in my opinion, that to find a consistent. The FOMC meeting, honestly, before 2022, I didn't know even Fed existed. We were not really following FOMC and everything. Now, after obviously pandemic, the rate come to zero, and then in 2022, when they started really increasing the rate, and now suddenly everybody is, oh, who's the Fed? Because before just they really had no impact. But if you really want to make a living out of the market, you should stay away from this FOMC and stuff. Like most of the time, I'm not trading anymore. You can become a trader without trading this abnormal volatility. I don't think today is going to be a very crazy day, but you can be a trader without having a strategy around the president's tweets or FOMC meeting or something like that. Just the normal volatility of market is enough. And I'm showing it for you every single day. So Cameron is asking, what was your decision to add on PLTR? Obviously, the one thing that it really helps me is the market atlas. If the market atlas is confirming the orders are going up and up and up, up and up, then I'll add into that. But it's very important when you're adding to your position, the new average is very important. Like I don't add enough that my average becomes so close to the price. I add it to bring it almost near the VWAP or maybe a little bit above the VWAP. So you have to give it room for the pullbacks. Like for example, on NVDA, I added multiple times, but I always brought my average near the VWAP. So I said, okay, even in this pullback, I'll survive because my average was still above the VWAP. So it's very important the amount of position that you are in. When I'm adding to my position, one thing that I look, because my hotkeys are based on buying power, one thing that I look at is this number when I'm adding to my position. I'm not really looking at the number of the shares. I'm looking at the average cost because I'm buying based on buying power. I say, okay, it's still good. Let's add a little more, a little bit more, a little bit more. So I'll bring the average cost to something that I think is reasonable. Right now, Nvidia is really losing it. Yeah, all of my orders are now market orders. And that's because I'm not really trading based on these penny stocks, and slippage is really not an issue for me anymore. Nice, awesome. Yeah, very beautiful. So the hotkeys are down. If you're using DAS, you can download them. If trading terminal, we put the hotkeys for you as well, so you can trade them. And we debated a little bit about having the 90% buying power, because what we noticed that that is the most challenging part of trading, the excessive use of leverage. Mike and I had this conversation together. Mike, well, so let's remove that. In DAS, they have to create it themselves. They have to do the calculation in them, but we put the 90% for them. It's like a, nuclear button for them. But I think I want to keep it, because even if you get a beginner's luck, or a couple of times, you need to go through this management and discipline of using excessive leverage. Just removing it for you just because we think it's bad for you in the long term is a decision that I don't want to make it for you. You have to make it for yourself. That you realize that excessive leverage is the one that eventually blows up. You get lucky. Most likely in trading, you get lucky a couple of times. The beginner's luck is something that I really believe in. That I had the beginner's luck on a ticker called AQXP. So I made a lot of money on that. It was a pharmaceutical company, was penny a stock, and make a lot of money, and then you remain this illusion that is always like that. But you have to go through this yourself. Yeah. I cannot make the decision.
The worst feeling you can have when you're trading is confidence. Overconfidence will kill you every time.
Yeah,
Thinking that you've got it all figured out. thinking that you've got the market all figured out. You've had some great one or two trades and you're invincible.
Yeah, I exactly have those feelings. Like in 2022, I was thinking I'm invincible. Like in Liberation Day, was also too. Like I had a really good trade before that a couple of times. It was right before the summit, and I said, "Oh fuck, I'm fucking invincible! Like I make money, and then the people are coming to Vancouver to see me." And fuck out. Just wake up call from the markets,
Yeah.
guys. It was the moment that you think that you figure this thing out forever. That's the moment that you get a big wake up call. And usually, how the universe works,
Exactly.
it takes you up there and then brings you down. So,
The
how many?
Qs are really selling off.
Yeah, how many indicators I'm using is the question that is we have in YouTube. Is I like to keep it really, really simple. So I have, as you see in my chart, I have four moving averages, a VWAP, and the market atlas is something that I'm looking at. I really like that. Um, um, what else I'm using? And I use S4 and R4, and obviously, they're equivalent of the pivot points.
Come
That would have
on,
been a nice
Nvidia.
trade.
Let's go, Nvidia.
Gosh, I missed that. That was that SPY bounce. It was beautiful. It was almost right off the pre-market low. I was going to take that trade too. Look at that bounce. This is why you should mark on your charts. Always mark the pre-market high and pre-market low just before the open. There are always areas of support and resistance, almost always.
Yeah, I think that's also has that indicator pre-market high, pre-market low. I think we had it in a trading terminal as well. The higher pre-market and high
Really?
pre-market. The reason I'm not using it in DAS is because that's obviously, or any trading platform, they're using it just absolute high and absolute low. But the pre-markets are level because there are some weird trades happening in the market.
Yeah.
Again, for example, I don't want to have an absolute number, but I like to see the levels around. Brian, you're using that, huh?
Oh yeah, I just yeah, that's one of the last things I do before the market opens is I bring up the chart of the SPY and the Qs because every morning I do watch those two indexes. Sometimes I will trade them. Um, Either trade the SPY and the Q with options, or I'll trade if I really feel spicy, I'll trade SPX options.
So Alhin is asking a question. The journal in Trading Terminal right now is only for the funded account and it's automatic. But in the next phase, we're gonna release it for live trading accounts as well. One thing that I wanted to mention, that guys on YouTube as well, if you're trading a funded account today, but at the close, we're gonna apply the commission and fees to your funded account. So your P&L will change for sure. So no heart attack, deep breath, and you're gonna see that. And the reason that the having the commission and fee is very important because we see this is one of our top traders. This is a chart that she had yesterday. So this kind of high frequency trading is almost impossible in live trading accounts. So you can't really, Carlos, if you go full screen, that kind of trading is so many tickets and so many obviously the large share size you can go up, that's no problem, but the number of the tickets costs you eventually really bad. So for me, the commission and fees, usually the average is for me is about 5% of my total profit. In a bad days, it's going to go like 20%. In a really good days like today, I think the commission would be probably 2-3% of my profit. and which is very reasonable. You go to a restaurant, you pay 25%, 20% tip for something that you even didn't enjoy, but having a really good broker with giving you the margin, with giving you the execution, a lot of brokers also have really good platforms, so I think it's very reasonable. I do it with love. It's a good problem to have. It's like paying tax. It's a good problem to have.
Hey, just a note since you're talking about that, because Bugsy made a comment about the commission free. Just be aware, guys, there's a reason why a lot of the professional platforms will charge you commissions, and a lot of the, retail-based platforms will not charge you commissions. Just know if you got to always ask yourself, if you're not being charged, how are they making money? Why are they giving you the service for free? The reality is what they do is they sell your orders. You won't notice the difference, but the reality is they basically sell your buy and sell orders to a third party that pays them for that privilege, because what'll happen is they'll fill it only a couple of pennies often, right? A couple of cents off the price you could actually get if you had executed immediately. The net difference is often less than a second, so you may not even notice. However, if you really calculate it out, right, paying a couple of cents on entry and a couple of cents on exit costs you a lot more than the commission would have. So just be aware of that, right? I'm not saying it's a bad thing to do. Just understand, that it costs you somewhere. Somewhere
Yeah.
somebody's making money.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
They absorb a lot of costs for different reasons. Brian also has a comment on that. Like one big element of a lot of these brokers, they want to collect your assets. Bring your money, bring your cash, bring your things and everything. And on days like these, at the high interest rates, they make a lot of money out of these idle cash and the positions. Like Interactive Brokers passes on that interest to you. They get a little bit of the money out of it. They put this money into the money market, and they get, like, right now money market, I think it's 3.2%. They take 25%, and then they give you back 3% of that. It's amazing. Other brokers don't do that. Robinhood doesn't do that. All the positions that you have, they rent it for short selling, and they make money out of that, but they don't pay you. The good brokers do that. So there is a business model on that. You can start a business right now on that, but when you get big enough, you see, wow, there's a lot of money to be just holding people's account. Give them the commission. That's okay, for free. That's the cost of acquisition, but there's a lot of money to be made from the assets that people bring and park in them. Yeah, so
Yeah,
Zefi,
it's the bottom line. The bottom line is nothing's free. They-
nothing is
somewhere
free.
someone's extracting money or using you somehow.
But the cost of customer acquisition is something important. Like, for example, Nasdaq charges me $20 per user. Obviously, I give it for free to my employees, and also I have a really, really low fee of $59. I'm absorbing that cost just because I looked at it as a better users, customer acquisitions, and everything. Sometimes businesses absorb the cost to some extent, like Uber did that, for example. Uber had, paying more the drivers, the deliveries, just to kill the competition. I had a friend back in 2008 had a delivery company, and it was pretty good. It was earlier than Uber, and it was doing really well. But the Uber came in, he couldn't keep up with the money that Uber was paying the drivers, and then drivers won't accept his delivery. We're going to Uber now. Uber killed everything, and now they are they can control the money and pricing everything. That's also another very
Yeah.
hostile attack. Or
It's the way
Amazon as
Amazon
well,
did.
like
Amazon. Yeah. Amazon lost money for years, but look
yeah,
what they
Amazon as
built.
well. Like even the Prime free delivery is expensive. Like Jeff Bezos says that the board was very against the Prime free delivery, and he said, I made that decision because when you give all you can eat to people, who's gonna show up? The heavy hitters show up first. Oh shit, I'm gonna give them now unlimited shrimp. So he said that when we brought the Prime, all the people started the heavy hitters. They start first, and so oh fuck. But eventually it really worked as well. All right, so it's 11 right now. Our next speaker is, I
Yep.
think, at Thor, and Dr. Vanessa usually come on Wednesday. They're not here yet.
And I think Carlos probably already mentioned, but we've got some big earnings coming up after the close today, so we'll be on for that, cover those earnings, and yeah, and of course 2:30. Just be aware, it's market might get a little volatile with depending on what comes out of Fed Powell's mouth. So we'll see what happens.
So
But
Homer's is
you'll have
asking,
yeah. Go ahead.
sorry, Homer's is asking about 59 or 99. The 59 was the grandfather pricing, but now the trading terminal is 99. And no, I don't plan to run promotion on trading terminal because the majority of the cost of trading terminal is the data feed to exchanges. Like they call them distribution fee that we have to do. So the business model is really not based on tricking you into a longer thing and something like that. The business model is for the users that they see value, and that's the cost of maintaining this value. Um, so if you reset the trading terminal, yeah, as long as you have the active subscription with trading terminal, it stays at $59. You're not gonna think. But if you cancel and they come back again, that happens. Some people say, "Hey, I changed my mind. I want to come back." You can't because that's the old system is over. We don't have that subscription anymore.
Yeah, market's really going quiet. Nvidia's kind of chopping around here. PLTR is still at the high of the day. That's kind of interesting. AMD could be doing a 920 trade here to the downside. Same with Tesla.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, yeah, beautiful. So how are you guys doing?
Amazing. And you?
Nice. I'm good. I'm waiting for my order to at 198 to be filled. And so let's see. Yeah, so hand it over to Mr. Lawrence Young, known as Thor Young, and Dr. Vanessa Charland. Well, yeah, so thank you so much. I had a pretty good day. So I finished my day with a really good profit. And see you guys tomorrow morning in the chat. Cheers.
Bye.
Okay. Okay,
Cheers.
I want to see what Dr. Charlotte, what shirt are you wearing today? What rocker shirt? Of Star
Brian,
Wars,
don't.
all right.
Brian, don't start, please.
I
It's
love
it's
it.
pretty rocker. I think Star Wars is still pretty
Yeah,
rocker.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, I'm
I'm
down with
gonna
that.
I'm gonna have
All right.
ACDC for you next week, I promise, Brian.
All right. Okay, now you're talking my language. Okay, see you later, guys.
Bye.
Later. So it was a lower narrow day today, but I ended up getting short on gold a little earlier because it kind of had an obvious trend loss. So I'm still hanging on to it. I was pretty close to getting stopped out on it when it pulled back up, but I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm hanging on to that. But I took a loss on RTY. I tried a short on RTY, so I took a loss today on that one. So we'll see how it goes. But Dr. V, good seeing you. Good having you in today for the show. Always fun to do our to do the Wednesday sessions. Hey, everybody out there in BBT land. Hopefully, y'all are enjoying the YouTube today. I'm getting my YouTube feed pulled up now so I can see your comments. So 1 second.
Yeah, hello everyone. So I got stopped out on my RTY short, but now I'm long because we broke the 4-hour downtrend. So I took long and I'm going to 2537.5. That's the goal.
Let's go. Oh yeah. So I am by no means the best trend line drawer, but I think this one is a pretty obvious break
Yes,
of
exactly.
trend. I
It's
think I
a
might have gotten
beautiful
this one.
trend.
I mean, look at how we offered, we came down, re-offered, offer, and then look at the break. Look at the volume coming in
I'm
as
in.
we, wow, that's beautiful.
Party. So that's the thing, right? We get stopped out. It's no big deal. Okay. It was not, the downtrend was not working anymore. So we had a little, like we lose an hour and then we have the trade that works and it erases the loss, right? It's just that either the plan was not the good one or the trade was not ready, right? So it's no big deal. Be used to that. We lose all the time and that's okay. Oh, I had this analogy this morning. It's like, again, my cake recipe. Okay, if you put the cake and bake it, you take it out of the oven and you take a toothpick and you look if it's cooked enough. If it's not cooked enough, do you say, "Oh, my cake recipe sucks. It's not a good recipe," or you put it back in and you wait for when it might be ready in 5-10 minutes, and then you test it again. So sometimes the trade has to cook a little bit more before it's ready for you. And that's fine. Look now. So my trade on RTY did not work. Now it's going to the moon. Well, at the moment.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter because when it works well. So we don't care about the losing aspect. It's part of the game and there's nothing threatening. Your brain needs to understand that. It's okay.
Absolutely. Someone in the YouTube, first off, in the YouTube, let me pop this up. Someone was asking about a DOS print real quick. I'll hit that one for just a second. What happens, DOS, because of its executions, does not hide out of sequence prints. So what likely happened on DOS is every now and again, the market will put through an order, and that order was actually fulfilled at like 8:20 or 8:10 or earlier in the pre-market, but they put it through. So this is what we call an out of sequence print, right? So it allows us to, it's so in on DOS, many of the platforms like Thinkorswim or like TradingView will eliminate the out of sequence print so it doesn't screw up the charts, but DOS will not. So look for the print. You'll finally on your tab and look for a flag code 7. If it's a flag code 7, that means it's an out of sequence print. So you can basically just kind of disregard it, but it will screw up your charts, unfortunately. Hey, David Gonzalo, good to see everybody.
Hey.
What tickers for gold? We trade gold futures when I trade, so I'm using MGC right now because full size is a little bit too volatile for me. So when I trade gold, I'm trading micro futures. Yeah. So
Oh, it's a beautiful trend break. I mean, even the 1 minute chart is like perfectly respecting the break. It's like, but I missed this entry. I was busy before 11, so I'm a little late to the party, but I took the trend continuation. So, Carlos, could I share my screen, please? I hope you're doing great.
I'm doing good, and yes, you can.
Thank you.
while they're pulling her screen up there, I just want to do a little public service announcement here. I see that we have like about like 700 plus people. We're growing right now. We just had like another 15 people popping in. So people are showing up for us. Thank you so much. Love you. But I have a job and you have a job and you know what it is. So if you could just take 2 seconds while her chart's getting shared, just to go down there and make sure you smash that little like guy for us. And then we'll let Dr. V show you the magic.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate. So I took the trade. I had an uptrend going to this 4-hour downtrend. Okay, so this is a 4-hour downtrend. This one I'm going to show you right after. And so we broke it. So my first trade was short in here. No, where was it? Yeah, in here. So I took a trade short on this candle and I got stopped out. Okay, my stop was at the swing high because every time I take a short trade on a trend break, then my stop goes at the swing high before the break. And when it's a trend break long at the level, then it's the swing low that will be my stop loss. So I got stopped out here. And seeing that, now I want to see that we break and hold on the other side, which happened, but I couldn't take the trade. And now I drew myself another line, a steeper uptrend, taking that movement out of the 4-hour downtrend. And then I bought the pullback on that trend, basically.
Mm.
And now my target is 2537.5. And it's just respecting, it's not over trading here, okay? You have to understand that sometimes you might need 2 entries on a setup, 3 entries on a setup before it actually works. And sometimes you will have to change your mind because our job is to obey the master. The master says, I'm not going south today. I'm going north. What's my job? My job is to align and say, yes, master, I understand. I will go with you. And I don't know how long the master will go north, right? It's not my job to know. I have no certainties. My only job is to execute at a point where people are forced to take a decision. When swing traders are seeing that trend being invalidated, they are forced to take a decision. Okay? Same thing for support resistance. Last month's high is a very important level. Okay? Especially when we fake break it down, right? We had the opportunity to sell. Sellers did not show up. And I should have been more aware of this when I took my short, that it had less probability of working, because to be a good trader, I need to look to the left. And this left story is not bearish. Okay, so that could have been one mistake here. Oh, the 4-hour chart.
Look at me.
So this is the
Was that
4-hour
copper?
chart. It was, yeah. I missed the entry on copper this morning. You see the story on the 4-hour chart? So this is the downtrend now. This is the high. This is my second touch. Okay, yesterday we made the pullback. We couldn't go higher than that. We came back to the last month high level. So today we had to make a decision. Are we losing last month's high and go back into last month's range? Or are we holding and find buyers and go higher? Okay, so we had a very nice level on RTY this morning. So that's why when I see that we change direction, I need to be in this. And for copper this morning, we had a beautiful entry on the blue level for a nice base hit. So we have a trend like this going to the level. As soon as I get my alert, I draw my trend lines to get me my best entry, because I need this price action to be invalidated for me to go short. So the entry is right here. And then I'm a basic trader. Okay, so I take, usually when I don't have a level, I take the fibs And for me, most of the time with my risk and reward, the 50% fib is a good enough level to take my profits if I don't have anything else. But as you can see on the chart, this was a good level. Okay, we had like previous resistance that turns into support. So that was a great target. And your entry is here and stop here. But we broke now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's see how it goes.
Let's see how it goes. It got right up what like RTY is right about 2 days ago's close, and we have R4 right where it literally almost wicked R4. So it's
not
no,
part of the test.
well,
It's not part of the trade, so it's not on my
yeah.
chart.
Yeah, exactly. I like it. So one of the things that I think is really, I really like about the way Dr. V trades when she does these things, like she doesn't allow different strategies to like impact each other, right? If she's trading a trend strategy and she's using a trend strategy, then she's trading a trend strategy and using a trend strategy. One thing I've noticed, and I know you've probably seen this, Dr. V, is when you're working with a mentee, you're about to go short, and then you look at their chart and you realize that there's like 15 levels that they have drawn like below and you're just like, I can't even like, I could never feel good going short right now because of all of this stuff. So sometimes just getting the indicators off your charts. V talks about this all the time, the naked charts concept. Go and Livermore with this thing. Look at it and ask yourself the question, do I use it for the trade I'm trying to do right now? And if that answer is anything other than a resounding yes, it should not be on your chart. It's just going to slow you down. It's just going to confuse you, cause analysis paralysis, right? You're just not going to be able to do the things you should be able to do because you're just going to have so many signals to ignore. So, quick question, Dr. V. What do you usually do when one index breaks a trend line, but another related index is still right at its trend line resistance? Do you compare them, or do you just trade the ticker you're trading?
I'm so sorry. That's going to be such a simple answer. I have blinders on. So I just listen to my lines, basically. So if I get alerted on a setup and it sets up on that product, I'm going to take the setup on that product because this is what's happening right now. I don't kind of, I've done that in the past and that hurt my trading. So it's a personal thing. Some people like to look at, let's say you're trading ES, you watch RTY or the other way around. Okay, it's very helpful. Sometimes RTY will lag ES or vice versa. So it's nice to have some kind of look into the future with them. But for me, it's too overwhelming. I don't like it. I trade with blinders and earmuffs. Okay, I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to learn anything else. I just want to learn about my trading. Of course, I will keep learning. Okay, but I want the simplicity, the pureness, like nothing else than my lines being my boss, basically.
And I completely agree with what Dr. V is saying here. Also, you got to think like if you're looking at indices, they're not the same thing, right? They're similar, but like RTY is based on a completely different index than NQ, right? NQ and ES can be similar, right? Because there's a similar holdings in the top 10 for both. But when you talk about YM, those are industrials. You talk about RTY, you're talking about small caps mostly, right? So you don't want, I always kind of think this, you're trading Apple and then you're looking at Qs while you're trading Apple. Well, does Qs go down because Apple starts to go down, or does Apple go down because Qs start to go down? And my answer would be neither, right? They're completely independent issuances being traded by completely different traders with completely different goals. So what V is saying here, I think is very, very important. I would focus on the ticker you're trading. Look at the ticker you're trading, trade the setup. It has its own market makers. It has people that are working that ticker, right? And you need to be focused on what they're thinking, not what other people are doing, working other tickers that really don't even actually impact it that much. So I like the idea. Horse blinders on, focusing in there. And then someone just asked, and I think this is a great one for you. Could you please do like a small overview on just how you pick your trend lines, like how you draw them?
And also,
'Cause I
people, I don't have a Back to the Future's lunch session, unfortunately, today. So yeah, if I could take a couple of minutes to go over the charting and the technicals here, if you don't mind.
no, it's all yours, Dr. V. Take it away.
So let's look at Tesla here. For example, okay, I always start my week by looking at the monthly chart, and I draw my level on the monthly. So on the monthly, I take the magnet. If you have a trading view platform, I use the magnet to attract the price to the lines very easily, okay? So I will have this support for Tesla and this resistance. And then I set my alerts. So these will be my 2 lines on a monthly chart.
Look at me.
And we have an uptrend on Tesla, but it will not be in play this week. So I would not need to draw this one, okay? And then I have a steeper trend. So I'm just connecting the lows because an uptrend makes higher lows. And I would have an angle like this. So that would be my steeper monthly trend. Okay, when you draw a steeper trend, you always branch it from the last touch of the wider trend. Okay, and this one could also go all the way back here. Sorry. I have the thing on, so that would be the correct trend line. Okay, so I prefer this trend line, actually. Okay. So sometimes you take the body of the candle in, sometimes you take the wick in. The idea is to have as many price action contained in the line, okay, when it's an uptrend. So these would be my 2 trend lines for Tesla on the monthly. Then I switch to the 4-hour directly. I don't go to the other time frames. And on the 4-hour, I see an uptrend like this. And I see one like this. I'm gonna change the color. Okay. And then I could have another one like this, kind of, okay? So we're kind of doing something with the trend right now. Okay, I'm taking this pullback in my trend. Make it breathe a little bit like this. That would be my trend line. Then on the 4-hour, I have the high of yesterday. Okay. And then I will have also this. And this for Tesla.
Mhm.
So that would be my support resistance on the 4-hour and then my trend lines. And because they will not be in play, this one will not be in play today. And this one, I don't need them. I remove them from my chart. I like to keep things simple. Because it's a resistance, I'm going to change the color, put it pink. It's a support, it's going to be pink, and resistance will stay orange. Now we go to the 1-minute chart. And then we see we had a bounce on the yellow line. And we had a trend break. So that could have been a great entry here, okay? Because we lost the trend going up above the level, and then we lose the level, I would enter here. And then you could profit on the low here. Okay, it's not the best example because we are in the trend right here. Like we see that we bounced off the trend line, but it was close enough to the profit target, okay? So that would be an example of how I short the level, but it's not, again, it's not the best one because we are close to this. Also for a breakout trade, okay, because this is a break of a support, I always wait for the price to cross the line, come back to it, and then lose it to enter. For breakouts, it's always better to have the retest, because here they're trying to be sexy and make us react. Come, we broke the support, right? And then when you wait, you're ahead of the game, because it's a game, right? And if you can protect yourself, it's a very good thing. So that's how I draw. Let's say we look at Apple, just to draw another set of trend lines. Apple is in a beautiful downtrend since the open, since 10, okay? We broke the pre-market support right here. So that's beautiful. What do we have on the 4-hour? We have something here. Interesting. So we are approaching this support from the beginning of the week, okay? So we could not go lower. We tried to go higher today, but it did not work. And for a trend line on the 4-hour, you would have this one. So you connect this low like this. That would be my trend. And then we expect a reaction when Apple reaches that level here. Okay, I'm going to set my alert. Hopefully we will have it during the session. So I don't know if it was clear. It takes time to draw them, okay? I go fast right now, but it took me about a year to get comfortable drawing them. And again, you have the trend line to for your intraday trades, and you have the ones for the bigger picture, the sentiment, okay? I expect this line to have a reaction, okay? This is a trend on the 4-hour. So let's see what happens. Especially they went super fast to it, okay? So it's there. The first job of a trend is to hold the price. It's an uptrend. But trends are your friend until they bend, okay? But the first assumption about a support, a resistance, and a trend is that they will do their job first. And sometimes they break, and you can trade the break. So people are looking at you, they're like, what is he thinking?
I know they're like, I can see Thor's brain moving, but the rest of him isn't. And this is no. So one of the things that is an issue with my trading system at times is my when is a little ambiguous, and I've kind of talked about this, openly. I get more in when I recognize that it's selling. Right. It took me a long time to develop that ability to just recognize, okay, we're in the right area and we're selling, which, but I even take some extra stops because I'm often in a little early. So one of the things I've been doing actually has been going to trendline classes, and I've been learning about this. It's once you get them right, it can actually be a leading indicator, which is something that is very rare to come by, right? Like levels and trend lines, you're not going to get a lot more leading indicators than that. So it's really, really helpful to kind of combine these elements. So the Metallica song, Obey Your Master, just kept hitting through my head there a minute ago. But it is true, like, having a way to look. And I like so much the trend line concept because I've talked with some of you on YouTube about this. I actually remember seeing my grandfather in the 80s sitting at his desk using a ruler and drawing trend lines. So if you think that those didn't, as they built algorithms and they built quants and they started doing all of this thing, do you think they decided to leave out the most commonly used indicator, basically from like 1930 through like 1990? Right? I mean, trend lines is what everybody did. You can't calculate a moving average by hand. Right? That's not something you can do. Moving averages didn't start coming out really until computer graphing started coming out. Right. So when you're using this, it's kind of like it's nostalgic maybe, but everything old is new again. You know what I mean? And what we're doing is she's taking this, and now Nathan and I, when we do our book maps or Atlas sessions in here, you can actually see that. You can actually see orders following up. And if you take and draw a line on those orders, you'll realize, oh my God, it's someone just following the trend. Like it's an institutional player, and they're literally just coming every time we move up. The bid is lifting, the bid is lifting, the bid is lifting. If you match those bids, it'll be a trend line. You know what I mean? So there, and as soon as it cracks that trend, all of those orders execute, and boom, we wash. Right. But it didn't happen until we hit that big order set that was following the trend line. And that's why these work so well. They are a time tested, about as old of an indicator as you could possibly get, that is still incredibly used commonly. I took a little bit of a short on copper a couple of minutes ago off of the
Really?
high. So I'm in around like 5.27 and a half. So, and I have 2 contracts of copper, and we'll see what happens. If it busts through and goes through the high, I'll get out. I'll probably lose like a couple $100. But I've been having a lot of fun playing metals lately. The metals have been,
They're
especially
fun.
since gold hit 4,000 a troy, the metals have just exploded as far as volatility goes. Some really nice moves. So
Oh no. The high was so close to my target, like 1 point.
so high. I know on RTY,
Yes.
so close. What the heck?
We'll see what happens. Oh my God. So my stop is at break even now. Okay. When I do a trend continuation trade, the price should not revisit a previous low. That's a healthy trend. Okay. And so my stop will be here at my entry, because my entry is very good. And if we lose that trend, so if we come back all the way down to my entry, there's a very high probability that we'll go retest the purple level and maybe the trend. And I don't want to be part of this. Okay. I will wait for the setup to go long if it shows up. So now it could be a break-even trade, but it is what it is.
So trend lines are great, JC Trader, but I guess any diagonal ones could be applied differently by everyone versus horizontal lines. I think you're right there to a degree. I also think that's true with the horizontal ones. Like there are certainly obvious ones, like Nvidia yesterday had a perfect reversal off of all-time high and R6. Right. So it was just this massively mineable level right there. It wicked through all-time high by about like 3 pennies, and then turned around and ran. Actually looked like gold, the double top that gold did not that
Oh,
long ago,
wow.
right?
Yeah.
Dr. V, it was like this perfect all-time high. And it literally just goes through that all-time high by about that much. And then, wow. I
It was
mean,
perfect.
one contract and you would have made 20, 30 grand on that sell. I mean, it was incredible. So,
Yeah.
but so I think that's true with all levels, which is why it's important to learn the correct way to draw trend lines, right? Because there is an art to it, right? There is a science also, but there is a little bit of an art, kind of like she was showing you. I'm not going to take the wick on this one. I'm going to let this one go through the body of this one because it didn't do a thing, right? It trends, you have to make a new low, then a new high, right? Then you get to use it. You get make a new high, then a new low. Now you can use it, right? But
Exactly.
if they don't, and then I learned this from you too, making sure the candle closes, right? Sometimes just wicking through a trend and back down, that's just what they do because they're rude and they know you're there, right? So they're gonna, not you specifically, us, right? They know we're there, right? We're all hiding behind that trend line, seeing what's happening. So they'll wick up and test it. As long as nobody freaks out, they come right back in, and then it goes. So you have to be a little aware of how these different things work and understand, since they've been used for a long time, the people who built the management systems, they know how to abuse them also, right? So you have to be very precise and take some time. Again, I would keep hitting these sessions and, Dr. V's regular sessions. I brag on her a bit on this one. Can't help myself, right? She draws incredible trend lines, but how? She spent a ton of time researching,
Also,
learning.
like I'm looking at when you use trend lines, it's very important to say that you need a where. I will not trade a trend line on its own. I need a context. Okay, I need a support, I need a resistance. So when I have a cam play, the cams will be my where, or when I have a higher time frame level, I will have the higher time frame level as the where. Okay, so today the higher time frame level was also a trend line, okay, because it's a higher time frame trend line. But make sure that when you use the trends, you use a very important level, and the trends will just help you time your entry better. If you want to go for a reversal, I'm telling you, the trends will make you wait at the best moment. It doesn't mean it's going to work, okay? But it calms down your entry, your impulsivity, because now you're waiting for the price to tell you, I want to change direction. And that's very important. Okay, so trend lines just add confirmation to the direction of the trade you want to take.
I agree 100%, right? This is why I've been trying to learn them a little bit myself too, right? As I said, my system a little ambiguous on the when, right? So I think the trend lines with using the leading like that, I think they provide a very clean when, which is what I like so much about them, right? Is that, I have a level, there is a level, right? But how do I know when to actually take the trade, right? Because we have to buy up into a resistance before we can reject and break. So I learned this from Jared such a long time ago. If you're going to sell, don't be the first one, right? If you're going to buy, don't be the first one, right? So if you're using trends, it will be very difficult to be the first one, right? Because you actually have to wait for it to buy and then break trend, right? And having that or sell and break trend. So having that confirmation of having the leading price move away and, go through such a fundamental indicator. I mean, it really, really helps you out. And best off, it makes you patient, right? Like one of the issues many of us have, I know I have had this issue, right? Is you get in, you get stopped out, and then it runs and hits what your target would have been, right? That is because you were early, right? No other reason. It wasn't ready to sell yet. It wasn't selling. It didn't have it. So how can you have that happen? And it'll be, are the trend lines going to work every time? Obviously not. I would never make such a claim. But by incentivizing your positioning, by waiting for that trend break, you're certainly going to increase your hit rate, right? And at least get nice directional moves in your direction. Even if you get stopped out, doesn't it feel better if it went in your direction for a while, then it turned around and stopped you out? Like, that's not your fault. You took the entry, great, you did it good, it went in your direction. You're a winner, right? Everything that happens out of that's just market, it's alchemy, right? It's just the stuff that happens after. It's the different things that are going into it, right? But what we're putting in here and using those just gives us the best chance we can, which I think works really good. And it works on all time frames. I agree, Capital BZ.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you need to find something that fits you. And for me, I was looking for simplicity because I was overwhelmed with all the indicators and all the rules I had to follow. With the lines, with the support, the resistance on higher time frame, I have a higher probability of having a setup because a lot of people are sitting there. And then I use the lines to tell me how to go in the trade. Is this a breakout? Is this a reversal? That's it. My line, this red line, was telling me what to do today. And price action. Okay, so I need my where, my price action, my trends. That's it. 3 rules for my trades. And my chart are clean. I don't have like 1,000 levels there. Okay,
Nope.
I have like this. I have the all-time high. Well, that was a previous high on YM. I have a trend line. It looks like we lost the 2 levels right here. Okay, are we gonna go down? Are we gonna reclaim it? We don't know that. But it's just having naked, I have nothing from here to here on my chart. Nothing to play on Dow Jones for me in this whole section. And oil, oil has a very nice trend.
Yeah, oil had inventories came out at 10:30, I think, or 11 o'clock. So it's probably responding to the inventory information.
So that's a good example here of having a where, okay, the pink line, and then drawing a trend to tell
What is
you
that pink line you have there? Is that one of
it's
is that a monthly
4-hour support.
4-hour support?
Yeah. Okay, so you could have a steeper line like this, okay, and then you have this trend connecting these two highs. And then you put your stop. If you enter here, you put your stop here. If you enter here, it's the best entry because now you're closer to the level and you have a tighter stop and your stop goes as the swing low, okay, of this. And then you have your where. That could be a setup for me right here. I have a where and then I have a when. This trend tells me now you should take your reversal. Now it looks like all these price actions seems to be at the moment invalidated. Also, what I like is the double bottom around the level.
Mm-hmm. And look at the increase in candle movement as soon as it breaks the downtrend. I mean, I mean, as soon as we go up, we break trend. Immediate candle after we break trend is one of the biggest bullish candles you have seen in forever. And it never retests that candle. I mean, it breaks away from it, consolidates, and then just takes off.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we're looking for, right? If you get a position that pops like that, you've got nothing to do or nothing to worry about. This is why it's okay. You can take 1 or 2 stops it's okay. Just don't destroy your account or your mentality in the process. You hit one of those, hang on to it for a little bit. You're gonna make good money. And I think one of the things that V and I really try and demonstrate for all of you, did you notice how her RTY position, right, got really close to her stop or her target, I'm sorry, and then came off of her target and came back down? Did you see some major emotional shift in V while she was standing here talking about that? Or did she just keep drawing trend lines for everybody?
I really don't
Right? She
care.
just kept drawing trend lines for people, right? She just doesn't care, right? It's just not a thing, right? She's like, okay, well, if it hits my target, great. If it doesn't, great. Like whatever. So, but I just want you guys to see this is what performance looks like. Real performance looks like in trading, right? It's you're gonna lose, but if you lose, and as soon as you lose a trade, you're questioning your whole life, right? You're questioning, oh my God, this and God, you're not trading. You should not be trading right now. Like that is such an overly blown, like emotional reaction to just taking one loss. And V has said this so many times. Trading is suffering, right? I don't even think I don't. She started off by saying many years. I'm going to caveat and say indefinite, right? I really think as long as you are a trader, you are going to suffer as a trader. But I don't mean you're going to lose. I mean you're going to suffer, right? Like you're going to take losses every day, every couple of days, every month, just losses upon losses upon losses. But that's not how you win in trading. Once you hit the winner and you hold, you can offset those losses. But if you're not okay with dealing with these shorter term moments where you really have to suffer, right? And then that derails everything you do for the rest of the day. You're not going to do it. So just shout out to Dr. V's, just some big kudos here on just showing you emotionally how it's done, right? Like she's got her stuff in, she's obeying the leading price. If it comes up and if it takes her out, if it doesn't, like whatever, like detached from the outcome, doing what she does best. It's
And
always
also
awesome.
with the added pressure of, like, oh, she didn't take profit. Why you didn't take profit? Like, oh, our trade went all the way back to break even. Like, like the stress of like, take it.
Yeah.
It's not the way it works. Usually my target hits. So, but I don't get to decide how the price will reach my target or my stop. And when I talk about suffering, I don't necessarily talk about losing because now I don't
Mhm.
necessarily suffer when I lose. Okay, so it's not necessarily about losing the suffering aspect of trading, it's about becoming another person while you trade, having a different brain, accepting the paradox of trading. It's a big, giant paradox. It's a completely different way of doing business. It's fighting every human cell of your brain, every single trade. That's suffering. It's not natural, and it's at the opposite of natural.
Yeah.
So never forget that. It's not the losing aspect that much that makes you suffer. Is the corridor of the transformation, the cocoon, right? We are a big,
Absolutely.
ugly caterpillar when we arrive in the trading journey. I want to make money, yay! And then we don't expect that we will have to be stuck in this ugly cocoon for a lot of time before we can spread our wings, okay? And stay in that cocoon until you're ready, because a butterfly that is not ready will never fly correctly, okay?
I think this is an amazing analogy from someone whose name literally means butterfly. So I think that's a good one. And I completely agree with that, like in every single way, right? So I couldn't agree. And I think that's a good caveat, because when I said suffering, I really kind of leaned more on the losing side of it. And I believe she's more accurate there with that statement. I think that's very important to kind of understand that. So I like that. That was a good addendum there on that. I like
Look
it.
who's coming back. Guess who's back?
Obey your
Back
master.
again.
Here we go. Come on, let's go.
RTY, tell
I
a
want to see
friend.
this target hit. What are you, 2537?
0.5.
0.5. My God. I love it.
I love this. It's
I
so
love it.
exciting.
Guess who's back? Back again. RTY's
Maybe.
back. Tell a friend.
Come on, just push it. You want to do it. It's so
You
nice
piece
there.
of crap. Let's go.
It's
It's
so
doing it.
entertaining. Oh God.
While we're speaking of, JC Trader wants to know, Dr. V, how would you manage full tilt emotions?
Okay, tilt is so dangerous. I love that question. So tilt basically is just another state of consciousness. Okay? We are not there anymore. It's like being so drunk, right? You lose consciousness. It's pure emotion. Your brain is in flight or fight or freeze or whatever. It's survival mode kicking in. Okay? Very important. The awareness of the external trigger, usually, that leads to that. Okay, all the little external triggers that are leading to this. And then when you are aware, and make sure to journal what happened before, what you can remember. Very important. And you need to find a way to protect yourself so you don't reach that. For me, I know that if I have 3 losing trades in a row in the past, I would go on tilt. Okay, because now I had 3 losses. So I was discouraged of not making my money back. So I added more size to my positions. I took early entries to be sure not to miss a setup. So if I ask you just right now, what do you think would be your triggers for going on tilt?
What are some triggers for you all? Maybe in the chat room. What tilts you? I'll start with mine. I had a very big issue with what I called hulking out. We talked a little bit about this before, and Dr. V brings this in, right? Your brain doesn't really know the difference between physical danger and perceived danger, right? You respond very similarly to both, right? And we were talking about this yesterday. Imagine you're walking through the woods, it's a beautiful, calm day, and you hear a twig snap behind you. What happens to you emotionally in that moment? You perceive potential danger, right? So your whole body, adrenaline, you raise up, smells bigger, colors bigger, all these things happen. Guess what you're not doing in that moment? You're already not really thinking. Now imagine you turn around, you see a bear and it's running after you. You're What you're thinking now? No, you're freaked out, right? You're just running, and this is what you do. You're completely out of consciousness. You're completely in awareness, looking at all your surroundings and making as fast of a decision as you possibly can to try and negate the danger. In stock trading, that same thing happens. You perceive the danger, and then it chases you, and you freak out. And then all of a sudden, you wake up, and you're like, "Oh, what happened? Oh, I've maxed out my account." And you like don't even remember because you were so far out of consciousness, right? This is why if you're in this state, I would recommend to handle this machinery, right? Go into your account and limit the number of trades you are able to take. Go into your account and limit the amount of loss. And go into your account and set a profit target, right? If you make so much money, you stop, right? That way you can negate, because that's for me when I started, that was how I had to get over my tilt in the beginning. We didn't have Dr. V yet, right? So we couldn't sit down and spill our guts here and get good information, right? We had to, so I used the machinery to help put in those safeguards. And then as I knew those safeguards were there, it allowed me to kind of operate a little bit more freely. Now that I've been doing this for, the better part of a decade, there's some difference there, right? I can allow myself to make some decisions more on the fly because being chased by a bear doesn't scare me the way being chased by a bear used to, right? So, but still, when I'm at my best, I'm just following a pure systematic approach and just doing what I'm supposed to do, like the short on copper I have right now. So that's fun.
And Busy is asking, why are you not cutting your trade right now? Because it's so close to profit. And my answer will be that most of the time, almost always, I'm not looking at my trades. So I set my bracket and I leave it alone because that's the way it works for me. I need to leave the thing go, right? And so because of that, it's my system, it's my trading habit. So because I'm on YouTube right now, does not have to change that. It's not because my trade is in front of you that I will change the rules as a
Yeah,
trader. I will
we're not
not,
performing.
never. No, I'm not
Yeah.
touching the rules ever.
This isn't a performance. We're not up here to get your, we don't want to just show you winners so that you can do this or show you how we get out. And I will say this, you will hit zero of the profit targets you don't hold for,
Yeah.
right? So get used to it. You need to leave them on. If you don't hit them. If you don't hit them, you don't make money, right?
And
She
it's
could cut
not
it now
about the money.
early.
Yeah.
What?
It's never about the money,
Nope.
guys. I'm not cutting this position because it's so close, because that's what they do sometimes, okay? It might reverse and stop me out, okay? But sometimes that's what they do. They come very close to the level just before the profit target, and 2 hours later, they hit it. What do you want to do? I'm not going to change my rules every time they do, like, it's a mind game. I know that
And
now. And because it's a mind game, I need rules.
And then what happens? Okay, so she took it because it was like a couple of points away. Then what? A couple handles? Then what? Are we talking ticks? Now we're talking points. Now we're like, now when is an acceptable distance in which you take profit without hitting your actual target? Like this is a slippery slope you're starting to
Yeah.
get yourself into. So, and this is what V is like leaning into. This is about performance, not about money. If she makes this variation here, every single time she takes a trade from here until the indefinite future, because you have no idea when you're going to unring this bell, right? She is going to have to consider, maybe I should take it early, right? Can you imagine adding that to every single trade you take? Yeah, I wonder why you're not going to be successful, right? Because you're going to have slippage and constant behavioral things that are going to just start dwindling and dwindling your profits. Guess what? You're not going to dwindle your losses. All your losses are going to still be big, full size, 1R, take all my money losses, right? And then when you get near your wins, you're going to get out early and then wonder why you don't balance at the end of the day, right? This is a must. You have to do. Andrew showed earlier today. Did anyone see the chart that Andrew showed when he was talking about the commissions on one of the very successful traders on Trading Terminal Simulator or whatnot? You could see that they had like 80 trades, it looked like, from the beginning of the day through it all the time, and he's one of the most profitable traders that they have in that system. But if you actually added up the commissions, which is what they're starting to do now, this trader is actually not going to be profitable, right? That trading is fun, and I'm saying it's fun. It does not make money. It's a lot of fun though. You can go in, go out, go in, go out, go in and go out, go in and go out. It's just awesome. You get to hit buttons. It's like playing
partial.
It's like playing Pac-Man. You know what I mean? Like have fun. It's not going to make money, right? I've worked with plenty of traders now that I can give you a fairly firm on this. I don't know any traders that make it really big with high frequency trading unless they have a massive account or they're just insanely talented. But I will tell you, they would make more, right? I'm not trying to give our man a dog. You know, I love Andrew more than anybody. I look for the day that he buys one time and he exits one time carrying that entire position the whole way. Dude would make money he had never seen before, right? But he doesn't have to worry about that, right? He's got what is he at now? Like 9 millions or something like that, 10 millions in his IBKR, I think he posted on the internet the other day. This dude is not in the same game as us right now, right? Like he can risk a very small amount of his account and make a lot of money, right? We can't do that. We got smaller accounts. We need to risk reasonable amounts of money and then grow. We're in a different stage of the process than Andrew is, right? Andrew's at like stage 5. You know, most of us are still like stage 3. You know, so we're still kind of like figuring a couple things out, right?
And
but
we hold targets. That's why we hold targets. Because
that's why we
have
do
to make money with our little money. We have to make more. And this target, somebody was asking, it's a 4-hour resistance. So that's why I put my stop a little bit below it.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about, Ben Paris. Andrew showed someone's TT chart. Whoa, so many trades. That's the one I was talking about, right? So that person probably made thousands of dollars. I mean, like 20,000, could have made 20 or $30,000 in that trade. I guarantee you they lost. It was probably like a 10 grand trade or something like that from the way it looked like it was partialed. There would have been easily 4 grand worth of comms on that trade. I mean, it was just an insane number of comms. You know, we talk about this guy. There's a couple people on X that post that and we look at it. I mean, it's like they're 60 tickets, hundreds of thousands of shares, in and out dozens of times. I mean, it's just, it sounds stressful to me. It just sounds stressful. You know what I mean? Dr. V, you're only trading with TV now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the same with me for the most part. I do pop into DOS every now and again just to remember nostalgia, but since I don't trade equities as much, it's not really as prevalent. But I like the flexibility of TV, especially since I'm kind of mobile a lot more these days. It literally my screen looks exactly the same on my mobile phone or my iPad Pro here as it does on my laptop.
But
It's so great.
I like DAS for the equalized risk per trade, so you don't have to
I
worry
know.
about it. So DAS has a lot of great features when you're starting or just using a different strategy, because you just double click where you want to set your stop and it's gonna give you the amount of shares or contracts for that trade. So you don't have to calculate each trade. So I really like that feature.
I love that. That's very, very true. TV is not as fast as DOS. All right.
No.
So when you're using, or I say DOS, it's DAS, and I say DOS because I'm silly. It's DAS, Direct Access Software, DAS. I'm Southern. You think I'd get it right. But so when you're using that Direct Access Software's major feature is their tie-ins, right? They are executing straight in to Citadel's mainframe. Right. So when they're firing orders through DAS, though, you're not going to get a faster fill. They are without a doubt the F1 race car of trading. But I don't drive fast, so I don't need an F1. Right. I take my time so I really want a Bentley. You know what I mean? I'd rather be in a Porsche, or a Bentley, or something like I don't I'm just going to be cruising. I want the features. I want to be able to watch TV while someone else drives the car for me. You know what I mean? So it's just to resonate with your personality. You know what I mean? I don't like aggressive trading, but I'm also not aggressive in that nature. Think about what we do for our favorite pastimes, right? Andrew climbs the tallest mountains, risking literal life and limb. And you will find me on a warm beach with a fruity drink, hanging out, maybe a wine, just hanging out and having a good time, hopefully with a lovely lady. Right. So it's like,
A fruity drink.
yeah, like a fruity drink or something, just sitting on the side of the beach, give me a daiquiri, give me a little wine or something, we'll just have a good time.
No, not
I
a
don't want to
fruity
be up
drink.
some mountain. I don't want to be up some mountain. No, I'd have an old fashioned, I obviously, but you just like up there, like just doing all this thing. It's resonate with your personality and what you're looking for. Oh, let's go copper. R6 reversal on copper called on the pivot indicator.
Nice.
I'm actually I took 2 full-size contracts.
Nice, and it's very volatile. I will have to go though. It's noon. I have a meeting.
Oh, it is noon.
So today there is no Back to the Futures lunch session. I will see you guys next week. I'm so sorry. I have a very important meeting I need to attend, but I will see you next week for sure. Pray for my soul. Okay, RTY. And my entry was 2525.4. Okay. So I will see you later. Have a good day, traders. Thank you for joining us.
See you, Dr. V. Thank you. And to everybody out there on YouTube, much love, like, subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow.